Hey, Prime members, you can listen to Crime and Sports early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the app today.
Rakuten is the smartest way to save money when you shop because you earn cash back at over 3,500 stores. Fashion, beauty, electronics, home essentials, travel, dining, concert tickets, and more. Your favorite stores like Lowe's, Levi's, and Nike pay Rakuten to send them shoppers. And Rakuten then passes on a part of that payment to its members as cash back. You're already shopping at your favorite stores. Why not save while you're doing it? It's a no-brainer. Membership is free and easy to sign up. Get the Rakuten app now and join the 17 million members who are already saving. Cashback rates change daily. See Rakuten.com for details. That's Rakuten. Your cashback really adds up.
Your weekly dose of romance and drama has arrived. Season 29 of The Bachelor is here, and Grant Ellis, certified hottie and former day trader, is trading his day job on Wall Street for a second chance at everlasting love. New episodes drop every Monday at 8/7 Central, bringing you fresh twists in Grant's journey to find his soulmate. This self-proclaimed mama's boy is all grown up and ready to invest his heart. Will his playful charm win over the house full of hopefuls, or will the competition prove too intense? From heartfelt moments to adrenaline-pumping dates, each week brings new surprises in the mansion. Will Grant find his perfect match or end up with a broken heart? Tune in every Monday at 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu for new episodes of The Bachelor.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another crazy edition of Crime and Sports, and we have just another huge asshole for you today. We've had some fun lately. Hope you've been enjoying it. If you have, you should listen to our other shows, too, Small Town Murder, and, of course, Your Stupid Opinions, which is the damn funniest, fastest hour in podcasting. You're going to love that. So check that out. Have some fun. Definitely head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Tickets for Small Town Murder live shows, new merch up all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Anything you want to know about any of the shows, it's all there for the taking. Patreon.com/crimeinsports is where you get all of the bonus material.
All right.
All you need, $5 a month. You can weigh that in your hand and see the difference. You go, okay, I got hundreds of bonus episodes I've never heard before and new ones every other week, or a cup of coffee that I might not like, that might be bad or watery, or
6-8 ounces.
Not even what I ordered, and I don't even realize it till I'm a half mile away.
We'll give you way more than 6 or 8 ounces of comedy.
Way more. We're going to overflow your cup with comedy coffee. So get in there and do that. Patreon.com/crimeinsports is where you get that. What you're going to get this week for Crime and Sports, which, of course, you'll have access to everything. We're going to talk about the O.J. Simpson trial, very specifically.
What about it? Yeah.
We are going to roast. I've watched all 496 parts of this trial on YouTube. It's 8 months of trial, so it's a lot, and the prelims too. So there's a lot.
Is that how long that shit was? Jesus,
it was 8 months. So yeah, it was a long fucking time. So I watched all that, and it's the level of incompetence. Because people go, how does he not get convicted with all his DNA? An insane level of incompetence on the part of literally dozens of people. It's remarkable. As you watch it go, good God, could these people be any worse at their jobs? So we're going to talk about all of that and some other stuff, too. And then for Small Town Murder, which you'll have access to, we're going to go inside Ed Gein's house and find out what was Ed Gein doing on a regular day, and then what little treasures did he have in there that we'll talk about. Very weird stuff. Patreon.com/crimeinsports, and you'll get a shout-out at the end of the show, too. There you go. Jimmy's going to fuck your name all up. But the thing is, he wants to get it correct. So he's going to try.
Hopes and dreams.
He's got hopes and dreams, everybody, and you help him fulfill them. And for that, we thank you.
Hell yeah.
That said, let's get to it. Asshole of the week here. Okay. This is an MMA guy we're going to talk about here. And he was big in UFC for a minute.
When?
During the 2000s.
Oh,
so
we'll find out.
A guy
Great. I bet I know him.
I'm sure you do. Ricco Rodriguez. Do you know who this guy is?
Bet I don't.
Oh, man. I think he was UFC heavyweight champ for a minute there.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he was.
Ricco
we'll find it.
Rodriguez.
I think. I read it. He was.
What
Ricco,
year?
We'll talk about it here, but in the 2000s, his nickname is Ricco. What do you think it is, Jimmy?
Chico?
No, Ricco Suave Rodriguez.
Oh, yeah.
Showing the fact that he was born August 19th, 1977 by using that as a reference of this is going to be my name.
Aware of the song.
Yeah. Anybody by 2008 who wasn't his age was like, what does that mean?
I don't get it.
What
The
is
shampoo?
that? Yeah, I don't know.
That shit's bad.
Is that a shampoo? What is that?
Suave?
Oh, Suave. I thought you meant Ricco Suave.
Ricco Suave. What is he shopping? Bargain bin shampoo?
Nobody would buy Ricco Suave shampoo. It makes your hair look greasy. Yay. That's what you want. Gives it a nice greasy sheen to it. Looks like you have bugs.
Greasy hair, but dry scalp. Wow.
Yeah.
How's it do it?
The driest scalp with the greasiest of hair. Look at that. Wow. Terrific. Oh, man.
Ricco Suave.
Ricco Suave. Ricco Strawberry Suave. That's what he is. You got to get the sense, you know?
The worst fucking shampoo.
It's terrible. It's like $2
So
a bottle.
bad.
It's terrible. I bet if you walk around half the people that are bald, you go, what kind of shampoo you use?
Yeah.
Most of them
I
are going to
blame
say
that shit. Yeah.
fucking Suave, and you're going to go, yep, that's about right, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and fucking bar soap.
Yeah.
That's what I use.
So that's what happened to Jimmy.
Yeah.
You should have seen his hair. You should have seen it, guys. It was glorious. It was spectacular.
Maybe they should have tested this shit on an animal before.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, PETA.
Yeah, here we go. Suave,
Now I'm bald.
peach-scented Suave, and it's all over with.
And Pert Plus.
Pert Plus. I
Jesus.
think they advertised like,
Yeah.
it's either this or, what's that? Or turpentine. That's it. These are your options. So we put some turpentine in Pert Plus.
It's bad shit.
Bad shit. So he's from San Jose, Ricco Suave here.
All right.
Grows up to be a pretty big guy, 6'2", 245. He's a heavyweight fighter. Yeah. He we'll talk about this, man. He's had quite the interesting life. A lot of fights too. And he does other things. He does boxing and he does some bare metal shit and
What?
oh yeah, all sorts of shit. Apparently he represented the United States in the ADCC World Championship, which I don't know what the fuck that is.
ADCC?
The ADCC World Championship. He represented the U.S. in men's submission grappling.
Huh.
And in
Americans with Disabilities closed captions?
closed captions, yeah. You have a limp and you can't hear. That's what it is. It's for deaf people with bad legs.
Yeah, that's what he wrestled.
That's what he's doing. Yeah, not surprising because he's able-bodied. He won the gold in 1998 doing that.
I think he shocked everybody that was wrestling. They didn't know.
They were like, holy shit, this guy, wow.
We're wrestling?
Shocking, yeah. He's shouting, he can speak and hear. Everyone's like, what's going on? These are the closed captioned awards.
So
here.
he was born and grew up in San Jose before it was like what it is today. 'Cause today it's just fucking Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley, yeah. It's
insane expensive.
No,
when he was there, it was fucking cheap, right?
Yeah, it was probably just, like any other smaller city in Northern California. Yeah,
Sure.
I'm sure a lot of them were like that. I mean, back then you could afford to live in San Francisco, for Christ's
Yeah.
sake.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
70s.
yeah.
So, in 1999, he was in those games again, and he had the bronze, and then in 2000, the silver. So he went downhill there. And in the Pan American Championship, he also won a gold medal in 1998. Okay. So I don't know. He's competing. I don't know what these games are, but he's competing in them. I know the Pan American
20 and
games.
doing fine. Yeah.
He's doing great. From Been Verified now, this is one of those sites that you can do background checks on people here. We found here that he's got several aliases, like legal aliases that he might have been.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they'll do. They'll find things that he's been arrested under or he's given as names. One is Ricco Andrzejewski.
That's the last name he used?
And that's the last name. Andrzejewski.
Who did he know with that name?
Andrzejewski. I have no idea, but Ricco is not the first name you think of with that last name.
No.
Usually. He's maybe given himself a different first name. How about Rick? Ricco Nandrzejewski as well. Same spelling except with an N in front. And so
What is
N-A.
this?
And then Ricco Angel Rodriguez, which is probably more believable if your name is Ricco.
That's closer.
Yeah. He'll end up having a daughter and son later on, as we'll talk about when one of them is taken away from him by the state. We'll talk about him and his girlfriend or whatever. So he's born in San Jose. He didn't grow up in San Jose, though.
No?
He grew up in Jersey City.
Why?
Yes. Don't know. His parents moved him out there. He didn't have much say in it. I guess this was like when he was a baby, they moved there.
Yeah.
So he ended up, after that, he was there for his elementary school years, and then he moved to the projects in Paterson, New Jersey. So
it got worse and worse for this guy.
San Jose, Jersey City, Patterson projects.
That's Patterson.
That's the same as winning a gold, a bronze, and a silver, or gold, a silver, and a bronze. It's the same fucking thing. He went down the hill there. So he moves there. He is half Puerto Rican, half Mexican. Okay, so he's mixing the two coasts together is what he's doing, with mixing the flavor of the two coasts here. He grew up in an Italian neighborhood, though.
Oh, okay.
And, so these Italian neighborhoods, they're very insular. And it's not like, he's a Puerto Rican. That's part of it. But it's also if he was, he's Irish or, he's not Italian. That's just what it's about.
That's what it is.
They're very insular here. So he had to fight a lot when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Because, that's what Italian neighborhoods were in the fucking 80s when you had to fight. He had to fight a lot. We would see Joe Pepitone episode a further back time, but similar.
Have to throw a punch, yeah.
He is sexually molested when he's 9 to 10 years old, too.
God damn it.
Which doesn't help a lot, and that'll make you angry. That has nothing to do with his stupid bullshit later on, though. Don't worry. No. It's not anything that stems from that, really. Yeah. It's just he's an arrogant asshole, is what it is.
Do we know was the person caught, or did he just deal with it?
Not caught, but they know who it is. It's we'll talk. I think it's one of those that nobody said anything about it at the time.
No.
So he enrolled in wrestling to have something to do here.
Okay.
And he ends up going to Toms River North High School, which we did a Toms River, New Jersey small town murder episode recently.
Very well aware of that joint.
As we know all about that place. And he, did that in his freshman year. His family ended up moving to Staten Island, and he kept wrestling there as well for Tottenville High School. He said, quote, "I was from Paterson, and I graduated high school from Staten Island, New York. The East Coast just has a very different style than the West Coast. All my boys are from the West Coast, and I love them, but East Coast, everybody walks around with a chip on their shoulder, and if you're from the neighborhood, you end up scrapping a little bit more. As a Puerto Rican living in an Italian neighborhood, I just had a lot to deal with whether I was in or out of school. From fighting on the street, I eventually turned that over into martial arts." So he becomes a very good high school wrestler, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. He was very highly decorated, one of the most highly decorated in the state of New York high school wrestler. He couldn't afford to go to college, but he wanted to be a fighter anyway. So,
Yeah, there's no class for that, right?
No. Why put a bunch of knowledge in your head when it's just going to get punched out anyway? Seems like a waste of money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a waste of money. So he decided to move to the West Coast where there was more fighting stuff happening here. So he gets a job at Gold's Gym in Redondo Beach when he moves to California, and he meets a guy named Eric Paulson who led him into jiu-jitsu. So kind of got him into that, and that's where this whole thing comes from here. I guess 1997, he became the second American to win the CBJJ, which is now the IBJJF. Obviously, we all knew that, but I figured I would, just say it.
IBJJ.
The IBJJ World Championship in the Blue Belt division, which is an open weight category. Yeah. So he became only the second American to do that, and that was pretty soon after starting. So they were like, "Oh shit, this guy's pretty fucking good here."
Most of them are, I guess, Brazilian people that do it?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess we have probably less Americans at that time. In the late 90s, this wasn't a...
Yeah, this wasn't a big thing.
Jiu-jitsu wasn't a big... Jiu-jitsu now, and I don't really mean any insult to it because it's a great way to do whatever, but it is now what karate was in the 70s.
Yeah,
It's the big trend.
Everybody's taking a course in it. Yeah.
Everybody's done 3 classes and thinks they know how to do it when they don't.
You can't.
Like in the 70s, how many guys were like, I know karate, and they took 3 fucking lessons. They knew his stance. And it's the same thing with this. I know jujitsu, and then they go to leg dive you, and someone punches them 30 times in the back of the fucking skull and leaves them drooling on a fucking floor because they don't actually know how to do it because they just took 3 lessons rather than, did it a lot. If you know how to do it, it's fucking, really effective, obviously. But so I think there's a lot of that going on right now. There's a lot of people who do know what they're doing and they're doing it, but there's also a lot of people who are posers, I think, and just like karate people in the 70s.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I do it a lot, and I don't do it a lot. I do it once a week, and I do it for
the outfits,
the cardio and the technique, and trying to fix my fat fucking core because I'll fall over. Try standing on your leg for 30 seconds. You'll fall over. It's crazy how fast that disappears in your age.
And that's a test to see if you're drunk on the side of the road.
Right.
So that tells you a lot right there.
They're just baiting to see you say, I can't do this sober. That's all they're trying to do.
Yeah. Man, I couldn't do this if I was so. Oh, I mean, shit. Fuck. All right, fine. You got me. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Hands behind my back. I get it.
Yeah, I know.
But now there's definitely a lot of people who just like the outfits and like in the 70s, a lot of people going, I'm into karate. You know what I mean? And all that kind of.
That's the difference. The guy that says karate or karate.
Exactly. And then there's a good group of that now with this. Those guys who are like, I just love the battle of jiu-jitsu. Shut the fuck up. No, you don't. Let me see your ears. No, you don't. Stupid. Your ears look great. Shut up.
I can see every crevice in your ear.
Yeah. I can tell real easy if you're a liar or not.
Your ear doesn't look like a butthole. You're wrong.
Exactly.
You're lying to me.
Stop lying, you fucking poser. So
get butthole ears and then we'll talk.
Yeah. If your ears look like I could just put my hand on it and twist them off and throw them away, if they look like a Mr. Potato Head piece, then we'll talk. It
looks like there's a bunch of air trying to escape really fast.
Yeah.
And it can't get out.
Then we'll have a chit chat. So the next year, 98, he returned to the competition, losing in the semifinals of his weight class and the open weight to a purple belt, I guess.
Yeah.
And but 1998, I guess they had an ultra heavyweight division, so he also competed in that because he had to do the open one before. So he became the first 99 kilogram plus champion of the Abu Dhabi based fucking games here. So
it's like 5,000 pounds.
It's a lot. Yeah, a kilo's 2.2 pounds. I know that from drugs.
So almost 200-pound guy.
Yeah, it would be 200 pounds, a little over 200. It's a plus. So he's 245 or whatever. I'm sure he was less at that point.
Jesus.
So at this point, they saw that. MMA promoters saw that, and this is a very burgeoning industry at this point in time. In 94, I think, or 95, UFC was sold for a very small amount of money. It was very small amount, like not $100 million even or something. It was, $4 million or some crazy shit like that, $8 million or something.
I watched it on pay-per-view back then, and if I watched it, it was cheap.
It had to be cheap.
It was not expensive.
It wasn't $49.95 back then.
No,
this
God,
is like,
no.
hey,
No,
for $10 we can see guys beat the shit out of each other. All right, sounds good.
For $10 we can watch plumbers hit each other. They might use pipe wrenches. I don't know.
Let's see if the fat guy can beat the guy who never stops kicking all the time. Let's see if that works. Fat guy versus kicking guy. See if that happens. That's what it was back then.
Yeah, and if I watched it, then it was cheap. I assure you that.
So 99, March 25th, 99 is his first, I guess, pro fight here at EC, which is Extreme Cage. That's it, just Extreme Cage. Yep. Back to Cage, that sounds good. And it's 1999, so it's extreme.
You betcha.
Everything's extreme.
I can't believe the E was in there. I can't believe it wasn't XC.
It's not even, it's actually extreme. The actual spelling out, not any weird shortening or anything, where he fights Scott Adams and beats him. Scott Adams is 1-0 in his career, and 1-0 coming in, 8-1 in his career, and his one loss is to Ricco here, who beats him by a decision in all 3 rounds. Next up is Rocky Battistini is his name. He is, let me show you him. He's a real Adonis, this guy.
No shit. Oh, wow. Look at those saggy titties.
He's just A saggy-titted blonde man, which is obviously
spilling out
blonde.
Spilling out of those American flag pants.
Yeah, this is what he's got Rocky from Rocky 2 with the American flag and all that kind of shit. That's what he's got going on.
Gut spilling out over it on either side.
And that's what MMA was back then. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
an in-shape fella.
Look at him. He looks like he's ready for this. He's been training. He's 2-0. For his career, he'll be 8-22. So
Jesus Christ.
Took a lot of beatings, this guy here.
Sure did.
This is the same night, by the way. He fights the first guy and the second guy. So Rocky versus Ricco. Here it is.
Hell yeah.
And it's a submission at the end of the first round for Ricco. Now he's 2-0.
How about that?
So that gets to July 10th, 1999, where he fights Steve Shaw at Rage in the Cage 6.
Okay.
That rhymes. Now we're doing something.
Yeah. Rage in the Cage is a big fucking deal. That was a big enterprise.
We've done tons of MMA guys who have done Rage in the Cage. He's fighting Steve Shaw, making his MMA debut, and it will be his debut and his swan song, as this is his only fight, and he loses it to Ricco in a minute and 34 seconds by submission. So
sting.
That's, I would say, he had a career of a minute and 34 seconds. Either that or Rage in the Cage wanted to introduce this Ricco Rodriguez, so they put him up against some guy they found in the parking lot, and we're like, want to make $50? Come here.
The guy that hung the lights tonight.
That guy called your mother a whore, and he runs in the ring to fight him, and then Ricco submits him with an arm bar. And
hey, I know the fight's tonight, but we couldn't find anybody.
We couldn't find any, but there is a homeless man
hanging
outside.
That light and throw on some shorts.
There's a guy that says, "We'll work for food outside." We can put that to the test. What do you say?
See how hard it'll work.
Yeah, see how hard it'll really work here. So he's 3-0 Ricco now. Next up, September 7th, 1999, he fights Bobby the Truth Hoffman. The truth, baby, not the lie. He's the truth. 8-1 he is coming into this fight. He'll end up being a 36-10-1 career fighter.
Not bad.
Which is a damn good record. That's real good. This fight, this is at Super Brawl 13, which used to be a WCW pay-per-view, Super Brawl. So they were still in business. How do you just take... WCW is still in business in 99. That's Super Brawl is their thing. You can't just take that. That's crazy.
Well, maybe they got sued, and that's why they don't. You've never heard of it again.
Possible, and they do. It's like SB 13, which looks like Super Bowl too.
Super Bowl 13.
You're really trying to. This is not.
You're towing the line, motherfucker, of confusion.
Yeah. This fight only lasts 3 minutes and 13 seconds, where Bobby Hoffman knocks out Ricco with punches.
Oh,
so 3-1 for Ricco here. November 23rd, 99. Sam Adkins, who his nickname is The Experience. He's going to make it a real romantic night. It'll be an experience.
Yeah.
First, he's going to beat you up. Then he's going to gently tap a wet sponge on your head to make it feel better while he caresses the other side of your face with his hand.
And there'll be berries and soft cheese. This is the
gonna
whole
be nice.
experience.
It's the big time strawberries. You know that. A roaring fire. A bearskin rug. We all see it happening before our eyes. Very romantic. So he's a 5-8 fighter, 7-20-2 in his career. So not a great fighter here. Sam, this is at Armageddon 2. Sam loses to Ricco by submission with a forearm choke in the first round.
Okay.
So he's doing well here. 4-1 for Ricco. February 5th, 2000, he fights Travis Fulton, who's known as the Iron Man.
Yep.
Which makes sense when you see his career record.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Iron Stewart has some problems with that.
Travis Fulton, the Iron Man, Fulton here.
Ivan Stewart. Not Iron. Did I call him Iron Stewart?
Yeah, I was like, who's Iron Stewart? Who's that?
Ivan Stewart. He's the fucking truck driver.
I don't know who that is either.
You don't remember Ivan? I think it was regular Nintendo. Ivan Stewart racing, where it was just the trucks that went around the turns, but the steering was super fucked up.
Yeah, they're all wobbly.
You'd have to make it go left, but they went. You know what I mean? But it was aimed going down, so then the truck went right when you turned left.
You had to like drift. Yeah, it was fucking. Yeah, I remember that.
And you always lost.
Well, this makes more sense
Iron Man Stewart.
Why this guy's the Iron Man. He comes into this fight 72-21-6.
Oh.
For his career, he will be 255-54-10.
That is so many.
This man fights over 300 MMA fights. Holy
shit.
Do you think he can remember his address at this point or what?
I can't believe, I'll bet nobody knows that man.
No. He's just fighting. I don't know if it's in parking lots or what.
for nothing.
Wow, this is at a KOTC2 Desert Storm. And he beats Travis Fulton, Ricco does.
Really?
Even with all that experience, he beats him with a submission with an arm bar at 449. Next up, he says, I'm going to fight somebody else. I fought this guy, fought the Iron Man. Now I need to fight Big Daddy. So he fights Gary Big Daddy Goodridge.
Okay.
Which, that's a bad nickname because if you're Gary Goodridge, your middle name should be alliterative. It should also be a G.
Well,
Gary the Guillotine Goodridge or Gary the something like that. You know what I mean?
Is it Goodridge or Goodrich?
Goodridge.
Rigge.
Yeah. Yeah. Gary, so that's got to be alliterative, man. So he's 10-10, Big Daddy.
Sure.
23-22 for his whole career. So not that much of a Big Daddy. And Ricco beats him by decision here. And so he's 6-1. August 27th, 2000. Oh, God. Takayuki Okada.
I've heard of him, I believe.
Well, his nickname, I doubt you have. His nickname is Giant Ochaya, which I don't know what that means.
Well, if it's penis and whatever language.
Giant cock and balls, I believe, is what that translates to. Large nutsack.
Kicked me right in the Ochida.
Oof. It's Ochiai.
Ichaya.
I don't know what that is.
Achia? I don't know.
He's 0-1 coming into this fight and 3-2 for his career, which is why I said I don't think you've ever heard of him because he didn't do much. Yeah. This is Pride 10 Return of the Warriors as the event here. And he beats Ricco wins in the first round with a submission smother choke. What the fuck is that? That doesn't sound like it should be legal.
That feels
he brought a pillow into the ring
murder.
with him. Yeah. Here he comes. He's getting out the pillow, everybody. Oh, here it comes. Oh, my God. Oh, no, it's all over once he gets out the pillow. It's like Mick Foley with the sock. Once he gets out Mr. Socko, it's all over, man.
Smother choke. So
smother
that's like
choke.
2 moves.
I think it's you sit on someone with your asshole over their face.
And then fucking grab them by the neck.
And then, you grab them by the balls while you sit on their face, I believe, and squeeze, and that's a smother choke. I don't know what that is. But smothered and covered, babe. He wins anyway, 7-1, Ricco. Yeah. Next up, December 23rd, 2000, the holiday spirit here.
Yeah.
He fights John the Bull Marsh, who is 6-3, but comes in on a 3-fight winning streak.
Oh, that's great.
Ricco beats him, though, with a unanimous decision, and he's 8-1. Next up, Paul the Headhunter Buontello. Here, or Buontello. He's 11-4, coming in 35-17 for his career. And this is at KOTC Wet and Wild, which I think is King of the Cage, I believe. Submission knee bar. Second round, he wins. So 9-1 for Ricco. So around this time, 2000, he's starting to get some heat on him. 2001. Yeah. So here is an interview, and this is funny, the first question, by the way, because so far the biggest he's fought in Pride and King of the Cage are his two big ones that he's fought
and
in.
Rage in the Cage.
And then Rage in the Cage. And they ask him, here's the first question here. Quote, how do you handle all the fame and pressure these days, Ricco?
What?
All the Gee, I can't walk down the street. Tell you what now. Wow.
Why would they ask him that?
I don't think he's exactly getting like swarmed in the cereal aisle at the grocery store.
I feel like he's bought a gallon of milk with lots of ease.
Nobody knows who he is. So that's pretty fucking funny. He said, quote, one thing I learned is that you don't fight to lose. I was the guy here 3 years ago trying to beat the top name fighters to get the recognition, and today fighters are coming after me for the same, and I have no problems with that. You're 9-1. You're barely even in this.
No, we mean, do you shop for your own insurance, or do you have somebody?
Because I can get it for you if you have it. I can get you a great rate. You're going to love it. He said, I fought 3 times in Pride, 3 times in Abu Dhabi, so I've done a lot of work and have come very far. I only have been doing jiu-jitsu for 2.5 years. Mm-hmm. They said, well, when do you think you'll hit your prime?
Oh.
Predict the future for us here, Ricco. Yeah. He said, I think I'll hit it very early as I started very young. I was a world champion at 19 years old, and the world's in Brazil, so I would like to retire at 27 or 28. I'd like to retire at 27 or 28. By the way, spoiler alert, that didn't happen.
When they asked him when is he going to hit his prime, did he look at his watch?
Shit.
It's coming pretty quick here.
I got a semi right now. Does that count? Oh, you mean my career? Okay. Shit. All right. Yeah, I'm getting there almost.
A few miles from the glass spires of Midtown Atlanta lies the South River Forest. In 2021 and 2022, the woods became a home to activists from all over the country who gathered to stop the nearby construction of a massive new police training facility, nicknamed Cop City.
At approximately 9 o'clock this morning, as law enforcement was moving through various sectors of the property, an individual, without warning, shot a Georgia State Patrol trooper.
This is We Came to the Forest, a story about resistance.
The abolitionist mission isn't done until every prison is empty and shut down.
Love and fellowship.
It was probably the happiest I've ever been in my life.
And the lengths we'll go to protect the things we hold closest to our hearts. Follow We Came to the Forest on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.
Have you ever gotten a message out of the blue? Maybe you ignore them. Or maybe you end up in conversation. Maybe they tell you about an amazing offer.
I can really show you how to make some money.
And maybe that gets you into a lot of trouble. But this isn't a story about people like you, the people receiving these messages. This is a story about the people behind the messages, on the other end of the line. Thousands of them, working in a microcity built for scammers. From Wondery, the makers of Dr. Death and Kill List, comes Scam Factory, a new series about survival at the expense of others. Follow Scam Factory on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Scam Factory early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
So he says, I'm 23 right now and have a beautiful daughter who is 3.5. Oof. And I'm also traveling the world and enjoying a beautiful lifestyle, and that's why I'm excited to do what I'm doing. How much can he be getting paid for this?
How does he expect that in 4 years from this second that I'm going to make, in the next 4 years, I'm going to make enough money to never do anything ever again?
Never not fight. Never get punched in the head again.
How much money have you amassed thus far in 9 fights? 10? 9 and 1. Yes, 10 fights.
Yeah. Is he planning on fighting like Mike Tyson around this time in the 90s, or like where's he gonna get this money from?
Does he have a Holyfield bout lined up?
Lennox Lewis looking over his shoulder right now? What's happening?
Anybody that's going to carry the fucking promotion of the fight? Because we don't know you, man.
No. And in 2001, MMA just wasn't as big.
Yeah, it wasn't there. Yeah.
Nobody was making millions and millions of dollars off MMA at the time. They just weren't. So I don't know what kind of
in
beautiful
2001
lifestyle.
Was Ken Shamrock even making any money in this yet?
I don't know. That was post,
couldn't have been. Not in 2001,
post WWF. That was post wrestling.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So then, no, not
late
yet.
90s. So
because Shamrock had a brother, right? Yeah, and he was an MMA fighter.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think anybody was making any money in 2001 in this.
Probably not. I mean, the people were making money, but I mean, nobody was
not like this.
Nobody was making,
nobody.
We're splitting $100 million purse off the pay-per-view. Nobody was doing that.
4 years. This guy's saying in 4 years, I'll never work again.
He's got some fucking, some really high expectations of himself.
No
and,
shit.
Can't fault him for that, I guess, but
that's
maybe
beautiful. Yeah.
Realistic also is good. We've known comics
I feel like we're doing
this.
okay, and my bills are paid, but I don't think in 4 years I'm never going to work again.
No, we'll be doing this for a while.
That's insane.
We're going to be doing this for the foreseeable fucking future here. So
this man has a 5-year plan already, a 4-year plan,
and to pre-30 retirement.
Wow,
living a beautiful lifestyle.
Imagine thinking that highly of yourself.
They said, "How do you stay focused?" And he said, "I don't treat this as a job. I treat it as a lifestyle." That's weird.
Well, treat it as a hobby, man, because
you're not.
There's no way it's making that much money.
He's living a beautiful lifestyle, though. Don't you understand? Jesus.
I can't imagine.
He said, other people get up and go to a job that they are not sure of and do not like, and I have done that. I'm one of those guys who definitely has ADD. I can't sit still for 5 minutes. I have to go there, do this, so I just enjoy it and being the center of attention and putting on a good show for the fans. I've learned that you cannot become a champion overnight. Don't get your window of opportunity like you think you will. It takes time to become a champion. It takes time to succeed in life and become the person you want to be. I had to accept a lot of responsibility at a young age, and I had to grow up fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's a doctor, James. He's diagnosing himself.
He's obviously good.
That's what he's going to do in 4 years, I think.
He's clearly fine. Well, I'm sure his brain will be working great in 4 years. He's he won't. None of the shit that got him on this show will be happening, I'm sure. So they said, how do you stay focused? That's his answer to that. Weird. So June 29th, 2001, he fights Andre the Pitbull Arlovsky, who we've talked about before. Yep. And he was 4-1 coming into this fight, Arlovsky, and he beats him. Ricco wins this fight. This is at UFC 32, by the way.
Holy shit.
So that's how new UFC was, 32. Showdown in the Meadowlands. Are
they on like 300 right now?
I think they're on like 4,000 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's...
It's not 30s, I'll tell you that.
Constant events. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. This goes into the third round where Ricco wins by TKO with punches. It's the first time I've seen him win non-submission here. Next up, he fights Pete Eldoro Williams at UFC 34. Eldoro is 12-4 coming in and 12-6 in his career. So... He is going El Homo probably after this.
Can you say that?
Yes. Short answer, yes. So, Pete, that way.
Eldoro, is that the boy with the map?
He's going out the Eldoro is where he's going.
There he is.
Out the Eldoro on his way El Homo. So
send him homo through the Eldoro.
Through the Eldoro. That's how that goes. Pete Williams here. So this is UFC 34. TKO with punches, again a win for Ricco.
Yeah.
Next up, he's fighting a crime in sports alum.
Oh.
Jeff the Snowman Monson. Remember him?
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. Or Monson, or whatever the fuck his name was. January 11th, 2002. He's 7-3 coming in, Jeff is. 60-26-1 for his career.
Okay.
Ricco beats him with a TKO with punches in the third round.
Terrific. Yeah.
So he's punching now. Now he's no more submissions, all punches now.
Figured it out.
Yeah. Next up, oh boy. Tsuyoshi TK Kosaka. TK, because those are his initials. Perfect. Yeah. He's 23-13-2 coming in. UFC 37 High Impact. Really? All right, here we go. And he beats him with a TKO with punches again, Ricco. He's 13-1. Not too fucking shabby. This...
Jesus, I just choked on breath.
Breath can be thick and chunky sometimes, Jimmy. That's what happens.
I don't know. It may stink. I don't know. Who knows? What happened.
So this earns him a title shot. All these wins. He gets a title shot here, the vacant heavyweight championship against Randy Couture. So Ricco and Randy going to go at it here. And this fight goes into the fifth round.
Yeah, and Randy's going to destroy him.
Well, 5 minutes. This is UFC 39. The Warriors return. 3 minutes and 4 seconds into the fifth round. Ricco wins with a TKO submission to elbow. I don't know. I guess he just bashed him with his elbow till he gave up. I guess that's a lot.
Wow.
Are you give up yet, motherfucker?
And he beat Randy Couture?
He beat Randy Couture, becomes the first Puerto Rican heavyweight champion.
Wow.
And he was losing, I guess, in the scorecards in the initial rounds, but in the fifth round, he just was able to fucking overcome him, and that was that. And so he's 25. He's the champ. And there we go. He actually...
What year is this?
2002, September 2002.
Wow.
He broke Couture's orbital bone with his elbow, actually.
Son of a bitch.
Fucked them all up here. He's 14-1 and the UFC heavyweight champion of the world.
Unreal.
Grace. This is Grace right here, though. Yeah, for sure.
This is before... Because Randy's going to become the champion again.
Yeah.
Because I watched it way after this. But that's... he couldn't have made much money by now, right?
Well, I think there's not a lot of money in this. Now in the defenses, there'll be money. If he can stay champ for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out. February 28, 2003, Tim Silva, known as the Maine EAC, Maine the state, -EAC, but he's from Iowa. So I have no idea what the fuck he just likes Maine a lot. Spent a wonderful couple weeks.
Once.
Yeah. He spent a great week up there in the summer, had lobster rolls by the water, and he's just hooked.
Yeah.
So this guy's 14-0 coming into this fight.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's his first title defense. Tim Sylvia here, the maniac, is 6'8", by the way. He's a giant, huge guy. And he knocks out Ricco in the first round with a TKO with punches.
Is that right?
Just pummels his ass, yeah. So that's a loss, and he loses the belt.
He's a big guy with dark hair, Tim Sylvia.
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you were looking at.
I don't have his picture here, and I didn't on the
Tim
site.
Sylvia, yeah.
I've
that
seen
guy's a giant son of a bitch.
This guy had so many fights. I've seen a lot of guys' pictures. I have no fucking idea which one he is. I don't remember. So this is his first defense. Now he's 14-2. So that's where the money would have come in, beating guys like that. And now that's
gone. But he couldn't do it. Yeah.
Next up, August 10th, he fights Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, who is 19-2 coming into this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard of this guy. We've talked about him before.
He's very good.
34-10 for his career. This is at Pride FC Total Elimination 2003. This goes all 3 rounds, and it's a unanimous decision against Ricco. So Ricco loses again. Now he's 14-3.
Oh, no.
November 21st, 2003, Pedro the Rock Rizzo.
Nope.
So Rizzo versus Ricco here. He's 13-5 coming in. This is UFC 45 Revolution.
Yeah.
Goes all 3 rounds, and Ricco loses a unanimous decision to Rizzo.
What happened?
14-4. Okay, there we go. That's not good now. He's lost 3 fights in a row.
Falling apart.
He went from top of the heap to looking up at the bottom of the heap in wide-eyed admiration. Not going well here. December 18th, he fights Mike. He fights Mike Crazy Boy Seal. I guess the Seal Crazy, is that what he's trying to do?
I don't
like
know
the song. Mike Kiss from a Rose Seal.
I don't know.
That's what he's doing here.
Maybe he's just a big fan of Pauly Shore movies.
Possibly. He kind of looks like if Pauly Shore played a UFC fighter in a look at him. There's a picture of him here. 7-6-1. I don't know what he's chewing on.
Does he have
something.
little dreadlocks on the back?
Looks like it. Yeah, there they are. Little dreads there.
Some braids with some beads in them.
Yeah, it's Pauly Shore in like mild blackface is what it is. Very, very light though.
Yeah.
Mike Seal. This is MMA Mexico 5.
Okay.
Wow. This is goes 1 round, 1 minute and 6 seconds. Ricco wins by a submission from a rear naked choke. Gets back on the winning side here. He's 15-4. Next up, he fights May 7th, 2005, Scott Junk. His name is Scott Junk.
Really?
Junk.
Okay.
Scott Junk.
Like the junk.
Like junk. Like he's a pile of shit there. It's his debut, and Ricco beats him with a submission from a front choke. And
get on the junk.
He needs to get on the gas or the junk or something here. This is at Rumble on the Rock 7. Next up, now we're into 2005, by the way, July 2nd, 2005. Ruben Villarreal, known as Warpath. He's 8-5-1 coming in. I want you to see this guy because he looks like a really bad wrestler.
Yeah, what is that?
He looks like a jobber wrestler that
he's got a gimmick.
Yeah, he's got the paint like with the shit coming down.
And he's fat. That's not a fighter.
He doesn't look like a real fighter here. But let's see how he does. He loses to Ricco with a submission armbar here at Extreme Wars 1. Yeah. It's extreme. Ew1. They call it X1, even though it's extreme with an E. So they're all fucking confused. Next up, he fights Andy Montana. Okay, who's 14-8. It's Joe's little brother. It's like my brother won all these Super Bowls, and I got to do something with my life. He's 14-8. This is at an independent event. So I don't know. That's maybe the Toso's parking lot, I believe.
Might be.
This is only lasts a minute and 50 seconds where Ricco wins with a submission by armbar. So he's 18-4 now. Next up, it is August 18th, 2005. Ron Waterman, which is spelled Waterman. That's his last name. And his nickname is H2O. Come on, bro.
I like it.
Well, he's a better fighter than he is a nicknamer here because he beats Ricco at Clash of the Titans 2 by unanimous decision. So when Ricco loses, a lot of the times it's a decision. He goes the distance here. October 14th, 2005, Jimmie the Titan Ambrose, who's 8-2 coming into this fight. This is at WEC 17, Halloween Fury 4.
Jesus.
So it's event 17, but Halloween Fury 4, in case you're confused.
Okay.
Whew. One in the first round, Ricco wins by TKO, submission to punches. Please stop punching me. So 19-5. Next up, Corey Slater, 6-4 coming in. The Ultimate Texas Showdown 3 is the event.
The ultimate one.
Yeah.
Third time.
You can bring pistols, I believe, is the rules in these. It's a little different down there. This is a armbar submission for Ricco. He wins this one. He's now 20-5.
Okay.
But none of these are back to where he was.
No, none of these are Tim
money.
Sylvia either.
No, these aren't money fights, is what these aren't. So December 3rd, 2005, David Morey, who's debuting. This is MMA Fighting Challenge 4, and this is his only fight, the guy he's fighting. So, and he goes the distance.
Really?
You'd think if in your first fight you went the distance with a former UFC heavyweight champion, you'd probably keep fighting, right?
Probably fight some more, yeah.
Yeah, no, he quits. That's it. 0-1. Didn't like that very much. Next
and he
up,
lost.
And Ricco won the fight here. He's 21-5. Next up, December 9th, 2005, Tyler Brooks, 2-0. This is the Pro Fight League. Again, not UFC. Submission win for Ricco. He's 22-5. Then January 14th, 2006, Robert the Inca Warrior Baron, who's 6-3 coming in and 7-7 for his career.
Yeah, that's not
okay, not great. This is RITC 78, back with a vengeance. Yeah. This goes all 3 rounds, and Ricco loses to this guy by unanimous decision. This is this guy's last career win. He'll then lose 4 fights in a row and quit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Ricco, what are you doing? Concentrate, Ricco, concentrate. 22-6 now. March of 2006, Taylor Brooks he fights, who's a debuting fighter, so he's trying to get his mojo back, and he beats him by submission in the first round, obviously. Okay. Next up, H2O is back.
Really? The Waterman can't get enough.
Here we go. Let's fight the Waterman again. And in this fight, he beats the Waterman with a doctor stoppage, TKO doctor stoppage. Oh. He can't go on. Yeah. Bleeding. This is WFA 4 King of the Streets was the event. Jesus Christ. He fought as a super heavyweight. He weighed in, by the way, Ricco, at 300 pounds for this fight.
Really?
And he said, quote, "I'm fat, but I still got skills."
He's like Shaq.
Yeah. Which explains why he's losing to guys making their fucking, not that aren't that good because he's out of shape.
Right.
I don't think he's training that hard here. Next up, he fights boxing for some reason. He's going to give that a shot. Yeah, which is weird because he comes from a pure wrestling background. So it's one thing to learn how to strike. It's another thing to actually box, which is a whole separate thing.
It's so hard.
There's no option to grab a guy and try to take him to the ground or, you gotta, it's totally just a different skill set.
Or fucking, if you're frustrated that you can't punch him, just kick him. That's not even an option. It's so hard.
It's a hard sport. So he fights Brandon Baker, who's also making his boxing debut.
Oh, that's good.
Brandon Baker, by the way, is weighing in at 197 pounds, while Ricco clocks in at a fucking svelte 287 pounds.
He's got 90 hard to get there.
90 pounds on this guy he's got.
Oh, man.
So,
and he worked hard to drop weight to get to that, I'm sure.
I'm sure he did. He's like, I'm down 13 pounds. I'm looking good. Looking trim and shit. This is at the Grand Plaza Hotel in Houston, and he beats him by a KO in the first round. Ricco wins. So he better beat him. He outweighs him by 90 fucking pounds.
Yeah, 2 punches should floor that little guy.
Jesus, this is not even a 200-pounder, for Christ's sake.
Right.
So back to MMA. He fights Abdias Irison, who this is MMAX, so MMAX 7. Okay. TKO for Ricco. Doesn't matter. 25-6.
MMA Extreme?
MMA Extreme. And they call it MMA Extreme 7 is the name of the event. Yeah. So, again, with the X. November 17, 2006, Imani the Juggernaut Lee.
Yeah.
He's a juggernaut. The word juggernaut has more letters than both of his names put together.
Yeah. It's also X-Men character that's pretty popular at this time.
2006,
right?
probably.
He-Man?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is his debut, and Ricco beats him. He's beating a lot of debuting fighters lately.
Sure is.
That's not a good sign. This is with a rear naked choke by submission at the BIB beatdown in Bakersfield, baby.
Okay.
That's right. So after this fight, though, so he's looking better in this fight, but the problem is, right after this fight, he is put under indefinite suspension by the California State Athletic Commission.
Oh, they won't sanction his shit anymore.
No, because he tested positive for both marijuana and cocaine and was given a 6-month suspension for a failed drug test after that. So he's suspended for 6 months, and we'll talk about it. He's going to talk all about how much he loves cocaine in a little while. It's
really?
Oh, yeah.
Big fan.
Next up, he fights, this is 2007, so July 28, 2007, so like 7 months later. He fights Lloyd Marshbanks, who goes by Cadillac is his nickname, with a K. I guess for copyright reasons, trademark and all, you know what I'm saying? Well, his name's not like Carl Cadillac, Callaghan or some shit. That would be bad, I guess. But so he's 8-5 coming in. And this is a TKO win for Ricco in the first round, 27-6. So next up, Ben Rothwell, who is Ben Roethlisberger's cousin, I believe. He is 28-5 here. This is at IFL 2007 Team Championship Final, and he loses this to Ben Rothwell. Ricco loses by decision. So he's 27-7. He is having a hard time losing to guys who, he feels he shouldn't lose to. His career is not where he wants it to be. So where do you go from there, Jimmy?
I mean,
where do you go?
Rehab?
Well, not just rehab. You go to celebrity rehab.
Oh,
that's where you go. Yeah.
The TV show?
You say, I need to put this on television because that'll get me better. Quicker.
I need to tell Dr. Drew about it.
Yep, I need to tell Dr. Drew all about it. So he's got a 17-year-old with impotence problems on hold, so I can fucking do this, from Loveline there. So he can treat my rehab or my very adult cocaine habit.
With a couple of anal warts.
Yeah, he's got a kid wondering how you find anal warts on fucking line 3. He's going to do this for now. So he does this. It's going to be the whole series here, Dr. Drew, as we know what that is. This is the one that had Tom Sizemore on it. This was a very famous one. I saw a lot of these because Tom Sizemore is a fucking train wreck and a fascinating man because you're like, you're such a good actor. Why are you doing this to yourself?
Right.
Why? You have a career. Everyone likes you. Stop doing this.
Hated himself.
Oh, God.
Golly, did he hate himself?
He had to. The better he did and the more he did, the worse he treated himself and his body. It's wild.
Oh, the torture he put himself through.
He's a fucking mess. Well, he's dead now. But also China on that show.
Okay. All right. Hey, Bam Margera has slowly morphed into Tom Sizemore's face. He looks exactly like him.
Oh, that's
crazy.
A shame. That's
Bam
weird.
I see pictures of him on I don't know, social media or whatever, and I'm just like, is that? Oh, that's Bam.
You don't want to look like that
just like Tom.
And not have the talent of Tom Sizemore, which Bam absolutely does not. Yeah.
And not have some fucking Saving Private Ryan money.
Yeah. And some Saving Private Ryan talent, some Spielberg talent. Where Spielberg goes, I trust that guy to deliver my lines. Like that's
some Black Hawk Down money and talent.
Yeah, that's some shit. So
he ain't got that.
This is quite the cast here. We have Tom Sizemore, China, Brigitte Nielsen.
Yeah.
Coming
my God. And
all
Flavor
the Flavor of Love shit.
Oh,
all
my
that
God.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And Andy Dick, who somehow has been a bigger mess than Tom Sizemore for a long time. I mean, that's... At one point, I remember hearing him in like 2012 do an interview. Andy Dick did a bunch of movies. He was on news radio and all these shows for years. He had like syndication money. He had all this shit going for him. He fucked his life up so bad he was living in a trailer in his ex-wife's backyard.
Yeah, I don't think it was even a trailer. It was a storage unit.
It was like a
cargo thing.
Like on a ship, like a cargo thing that he like put a fucking portable toilet into. That's what he was living in, and his ex-wife's. How low do you have to go before you need ask your ex-wife for help?
Can I stay on the property that you won in our divorce?
Yeah, that I'm sure I bought with news radio money or whatever it was.
It's not your money.
No shit. And also,
it became your money.
After the judge heard of what I was like as a husband, yeah, I would say probably with Andy Dick. Yeah.
Can I stay in a Hyundai box out back?
They're like, wow, there's multiple things here to talk about. Number 1, he's on 18 different kinds of drugs.
Right.
Number 2, he never stops talking. And number 3, he likes guys, right? What are we talking about here? What is this going on? I grant you this divorce and you take that house because I don't think he was a good husband.
Why do you show your asshole to so many in public?
Yeah, what's going on here? So also an American Idol contestant, Jessica Sierra, who I have no idea who the fuck that is.
No, don't look at me.
And some other people. So anyway, here he is. Ricco makes his first appearance there. He checks in for his habitual cocaine use, is what he says.
Wow.
Yep, he's just been a mess, and he's suspended for coke. He said he was going through an 8-ball a day after he got, as soon as he was in UFC, started making some cash, he's tearing through the coke.
He needs it now?
He was tearing through it as soon as he could afford it, basically.
Fascinating.
He's been waiting. Like, finally, I can afford an 8-ball a day coke habit. That's been his dream since he was a small child.
I need a very expensive habit.
No shit. His usage leads to some domestic disputes with his girlfriend that we didn't know about, one of which resulted in them both being arrested and their 1-year-old son being taken away from them by CPS.
Unreal.
That's bad.
Is that the rock bottom that put him here?
I would fucking hope so.
Hope so. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. I mean, wow. When he first got there, he was just acting like a cokehead who was needing coke and wanted to do coke and didn't want to be on this show. And he was real nervous when the staff was going through his bag and all weird and cokey, cokeheads. So he was really weird too. He kept saying that everybody was being rude and the other celebrities were rude. Meanwhile, nobody was being rude to him really. He was just real irritable because he wanted to do coke and wasn't doing any, which gets you irritable. It's just one of those things. So yeah, he was like that. He wasn't well liked here in the group. I don't think in this group. He says my number one concern was getting better. Without my being sober, there was no future. There was no career. It wasn't a tactic to get exposure. It was more for me to get myself straight. So he claims that's it. He's just here to get himself together. And that's all. Well, you know what we should do? I just think we need a little in their own words after this next stuff here. Because, wow, there's a big one coming up later after this, too. Some really crazy shit that he did. But let's find out in his own words what he thinks here. In their own words, quote, at the time, no one knew about the domestic violence. I'd never been on a reality show. I've never been in a rehab facility. He said, Dr. Drew educated me on the addiction and the disease, on the whole situation. I needed someone to educate me. To be honest with you, I think it was as real as any rehab. It was about people's emotions, people's problems, people's situations. If I put it out there, it's because I'm honest and it's the shit I've been through in my life. I've made some bad choices and that's just the truth. I've had to live with them. You have to take responsibility for what you've done. I don't know. I know I don't want that to happen to my children. I'm breaking the cycle in life.
Huh.
Are you now? Okay.
I mean, he's never been to rehab and he chose to put this shit on TV right out of the gate? That's
never
fascinating.
Been. He didn't even try a rehab first. Yeah. It just was like right to Dr. Drew and the VH1 camera crew.
I need VH1 to document this before I
That's weird.
Take this serious. Yeah, that's
It's almost like here, like I would think if you're a celebrity and you go on that, either you do it because you need the TV exposure in some way, or maybe you do it because it's a way to be held almost accountable because you're doing it in public. So now everybody knows what you're doing and you have to be good. Otherwise, everyone's going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so maybe it's a way of painting yourself in a corner.
The bad part about it is that all of that, and then if you're not successful, now you're the worst.
Yep. And all of that and showbiz stuff is what makes a lot of these people use, and then you're making the process of rehab showbiz. So I don't know how you do that exactly. It's a very strange thing to do.
It's so counterproductive. It just each thing kicks the shit out of every reason to do this.
Well, that's probably why half the people we mentioned that are on the show are dead now.
Dead, yeah.
That's probably
drugs,
why.
yeah.
Of drugs, yeah. All
Drugs
of them.
killed them,
yeah. It's a lot of dead guys. A lot of dead people on that show. China, Sizemore, Conway.
Dr. Drew is responsible for more deaths. Somebody should arrest that murderer.
Again, you get Jeff Conway in there, who's been doing coke since the 70s. Dr. Drew isn't going to fucking fix him. That's fucking crazy.
Stop that.
No.
That's a steam train with... Yeah.
Dr. Seuss couldn't fucking write him into not doing that. Nobody could. He's fucked.
That's a train with a head full of steam for sure.
For sure. Green eggs and ham. Those eggs are green because there's drugs in them. That's it.
The eggs are green because it's making me sick because I need more drugs.
I need more drugs.
Behind the closed doors of government offices and military compounds, there are hidden stories and buried secrets from the darkest corners of history. From covert experiments pushing the boundaries of science to operations so secretive they were barely whispered about. Each week, on Redacted, Declassified Mysteries, we pull back the curtain on these hidden histories. 100% true and verifiable stories that expose the shadowy underbelly of power. Consider Operation Paperclip, where former Nazi scientists were brought to America after World War II, not as prisoners, but as assets to advance U.S. intelligence during the Cold War. These aren't just old conspiracy theories. They're thoroughly investigated accounts that reveal the uncomfortable truths still shaping our world today. The stories are real. The secrets are shocking. Follow Redacted, Declassified Mysteries on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Redacted early and ad-free right now on Wondery Plus.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this White Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. I'm going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
He was hip-hop's biggest mogul, the man who redefined fame, fortune, and the music industry.
The first male rapper to be honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Sean Diddy Combs.
Diddy built an empire and lived a life most people only dream about.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But just as quickly as his empire rose, it came crashing down.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
I was up. I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. I'm disgusted. I'm so sorry.
Until you're wearing an orange jumpsuit, it's not real. Now it's real.
From his meteoric rise to his shocking fall from grace, from law and crime, this is the rise and fall of Diddy. Listen to the rise and fall of Diddy exclusively with Wondery Plus.
So during the group therapy session, one of them, he talks about how he beat a DUI. And this is one of the most disturbing things I've heard in a while here.
What?
This tells you a lot about someone's character on drugs or not, okay? Okay, he's driving with a suspended license, obviously, because he's a dipshit. He's high as fuck.
Sure.
He's got his girlfriend Carmen in the car with him. And he slams into the back of an 18-wheeler and then hit a wall.
Okay.
Because he's fucked up and, whatever. His girlfriend is completely unconscious and bleeding, and he thinks she's dead. He goes, oh, fuck, my girlfriend's dead.
Yeah.
So what do you do if you crash and you think your girlfriend's dead?
Throw that bitch in the driver's seat.
That's what you do. Can't get a DUI when you're dead, right? He fucking picks her out of the car, drags her body to the driver's seat. You don't know if she's got neck injuries, spinal injury. He doesn't give a fuck. Drags her, stuffs her into the fucking driver's seat so the cops would think she's driving.
Wow.
Problem is, he's such a dumb shit that he doesn't move the seat up, even though he's 6'2" and his girlfriend's probably not. So the cops knew he was driving because of the position of the seat. You know, because her feet can't touch the fucking pedals from where it is in the car.
She couldn't operate this vehicle if she wanted to.
Yep. And then after the girlfriend, after she came to, she survived, she told the cops she was driving. No, I was driving.
Why'd you do that?
The seat, he must have put the seat back to get me out easier. I was driving. That's what they said. And he said, quote, their attorneys took care of it.
Their attorneys.
Their attorneys took care of it.
Their attorneys put her in jail.
Yeah. Dude, this is.
Wow.
I'm sorry. That's a character flaw.
Yeah. That's disregard for others. Like, you're hurting others in this process.
It's like, well, I thought she was dead. That's not making it better. That's worse.
You killed her if you thought she was dead.
And then you were like, oh, good. I'll blame her for my problems. Okay, good. And I'll drag her corpse into the driver's seat. That's a sick thought. Number one, not I'll try to revive her. I'll call an ambulance. And then if you didn't think she was dead, you were like, I don't care if she has spinal injuries. I'm going to drag her and stuff her into another seat, and hopefully she's not crippled for the rest of her fucking life. Nice going. Wow.
What a monster.
That is a real shit thing to do. They said that, and a lot of people, I keep seeing like reviews of these episodes, and they said he really seemed kind of proud of this too. Like he was like, he thought this was like a clever ruse. He got out of a DUI.
Genius, right?
Yeah, genius. So he then yells at a counselor who didn't laugh at the story. What are you not laughing for?
Yeah, I'd only be laughing in the fact that you're a fucking monster and an idiot.
He said, quote, can you believe she didn't laugh? All my friends laugh at it.
Yeah, because they think you're a dick.
Yeah, and well, his girlfriend said later on, yeah, that's because all your friends are assholes. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got monsters for friends.
If somebody really did that, you should be like, what the fuck when they tell you about that?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's fucking messed up. But December 9th, 2007, he's back, baby.
Here we go.
He fights Kelvin the Big Hit Pietragallo, who's 6'4" coming in. This is at PFP Ring of Fire. Tokyo, or not Tokyo. Oh, never mind. TKO. I looked. I just read TKO as Tokyo because I glanced up at it, and I'm a moron.
He wins by the country of Tokyo.
He got beat up by a bunch of Japanese people in Tokyo.
Tokyo kicked the shit out of him.
No, it's not in Tokyo. I don't even know where it is. So he wins in the first round with a TKO. With the guy just stopped fighting. Retirement, they said. He didn't retire from the sport. That should be the only way that happens if he says, I'm done fighting now. So he's 28-7. Ricco says, I'm 30 years old and I feel like I'm 60.
Well, you're 3 years past retirement, man.
That's what I mean. You were supposed to be, with a pina colada in your hand on an island somewhere right now.
You should have counted about 800 sunsets by now.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. You suck, bro. He says, a lot of people out there just don't understand that life throws you plenty of curveballs. It also throws you 8 balls, and you have to dodge them. That's the problem. It's how you deal with them that makes you a man. It's not the fact of who has more money, who's the best fighter. It's about how you deal with those problems.
I mean,
I think
it's kind of both of those, too, if that's what you do.
Well, I mean, if you have a lot of money, I guess it doesn't matter how well you fight because you don't really have to because you have a lot of money. So,
right. Yeah, I suppose that's true. But if you're a really good fighter and that's what he's supposed to do,
that'll make you more money.
That's how you get good money. Yeah.
That's how you make more money. I mean, if you had someone gave him $30 million, then he might not care who the best fighter was anymore because he's like, well, fuck, I'm good.
The more money you have, the less you give a fuck about who's better at what.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I'm good. So February 16th, 2008, Antonio Bigfoot Silva here, 9-1 coming into this fight. This is at Elite XC Street Certified.
Yeah.
Yeah, badass, man.
Street Cert.
This goes all 3 rounds. It's a split decision loss for Ricco.
Oh, no.
28-8. Next up, this is fun, April 11th, 2008, he said, fuck it. I'm coming to the end of my term. I'm ready to do it. He fights George Bush.
Yeah.
He said, I'm done in November, guys. I don't, They swear him in January. I'm ready.
I lost a house. I'm taking it right to George Bush.
Taking him to it. Yeah, that's it. He's 5-0, George Bush, coming into this fight.
He's a bad man.
He's a bad man, but he's going to finish his career 5-2. So Ricco makes him reconsider fighting here with a unanimous decision. This is this is at YAMMA Pit Fighting 1 is the event.
Okay.
Very, very prestigious there. Yeah. Next up, Travis Diesel Wiuff. 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 I don't know. 51-11 coming in, though. Decent fighter. And he beats Ricco by unanimous decision. So
yeah, because he's done this 55 times.
He's done it a lot, yeah. Mm-hmm. Next up in June 2008, Chris Guillen, 13-5. He'll be 13-16 in his career.
Jesus.
13-5, he never wins it. He loses 11 straight fights before he finally says, I don't think I'm good at this anymore. I think I lost whatever that it thing that was that I had.
11 fights. Yeah, I don't have it, guys. I got to be honest.
Somebody hit me and it fell out of my ear, I think. I'm not sure, but it's definitely gone. So this is UCE round 31 finals. So there you go. 30-9 for Ricco as he beats that guy. He wants to box again for some reason.
Really?
Don't know why. He fights Chad Davis here, who, by the way, Chad Davis is currently suspended by the Arizona Boxing and MMA Commission indefinitely. So
and what did he do?
Forever. Who the fuck knows? He fights this guy. This guy's 0-1 coming into this fight. 6-17-1 for his career, Chad Davis. So not a great fighter. This is at the Las Vegas Hilton in Vegas. Wow. 4-round split decision loss for Ricco. So there you go, and that's the end of his boxing career at 1-1. He's going to leave it there. Back to MMA, Big John Ivey. I don't know, I-V-I-E. Or I-V-E-Y,
Big John?
Sorry. I don't know.
Is he fighting Big John the ref?
He's beating a ref up? That's pretty fucked up. Maybe. 27-34 this guy is. And he'll finish his career 33-58. That's a lot of beatings, man.
Yeah.
So he beats this guy. This is XP3 is the name of the promotion. Sure. Unanimous decision. Next up, Titus Campbell he beats. This is his first and only fight. So there we go. Silver Crown Fights is the promotion. Guillotine choke submission for Ricco with a win, 32-9. Next up, Rob the Bear Broughton. I don't think he knows what that means.
Yeah.
Or maybe he does. Maybe that's part of what he's doing to strike fear in people's hearts.
I don't know if you want to fight me. I'm a bear.
I'm gonna fuck you when I'm done. Understand?
I'm a bear. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? I mean.
You're going to feel this hair on your back.
You're going to feel it on your back, and you're going to feel this penis in a lot of places. So, what's up, bro?
You're going to feel a lot of sweat and hair.
I look at people, oh, shit, if he's big enough, you'd be like, oh, I'm going to play this real quietly here. 10-3-1 is the Bear, and the Bear gets beaten by submission in the second round. So, he submits the Bear.
Wow.
Yeah, 33-9 for Ricco. Ricco wins. Next up, the Inca Warrior again.
Okay.
Here we go. The Inca Warrior. This is another unanimous decision for Ricco. He wins 34-9. Here is an interview he did in 2008. Okay. Wow. It's some MMA site, 8CN it is. He says they introduced this by saying Ricco Rodriguez is a man who can fully appreciate the ups and downs that life has taken him through. It's strikingly evident in the tone of Rodriguez's voice that he's a man who is wise to the past mistakes he has made and also humbled and grateful for what the future could still hold for him. As he sat in his dressing room on Saturday, December 12th, just hours away from a showdown with dangerous Jeff Monson, again, that guy, Rodriguez opened up about his life and trials and tribulations he has experienced along the way. Here we go. He says, quote, I have my whole crew with me and they keep me at ease. I'm sure.
At ease.
At ease. I always travel with the same crew and I try to keep everything very relaxed and family-oriented. I don't try to change the rhythm of how things go. I'm 34 fights into my career and I'm a lot different than I was 10 years ago. Yeah, now I know there's no hope. Before I thought there was. He says, me and my team just like to relax, joke around, and all the butterflies usually come when I'm getting my hands wrapped. This is the best part of life, just being able to go out and perform and fight. So He says, I watched Rocky and Sly Stallone really portrayed the fighter lifestyle to a T. Rocky. Known for its realism in the boxing.
Yeah.
He says, you get into it because you're passionate about it, and after a while you start to move forward and change that passion to glory. After that comes the fame and then the money, but you have to balance that along with your friends and family. Everything you go through, the trials and tribulations, it's just part of the game and also part of life. For me, it's not over, and I'm still on the journey of everything. So
he said all of it and nothing at the same time.
That's what he does. A lot of this.
Yeah.
They talk about, what about your battle with just, life in general? And he says, winning the UFC belt against Randy Couture and then losing it against Tim Sylvia was really humbling to me. Coming from the projects in Patterson, not everybody like me has gotten to see what fame is like. I've just been through anything that you can imagine, from addiction problems to questioning whether or not my career could move forward. I've had to fight a lot of demons and put them behind. I'm just working toward becoming a better man more than anything else. I just know that I always have to be ready to fight, whether it's in the ring, the cage, or life itself. This is a battle that doesn't stop, and you have to be ready.
Yeah.
Terrific. They find out about why he went to Dr. Drew here.
Okay.
This is fucking amazing. He said, my life is an open book. There isn't anything that people can bring up about my life that's going to offend me in any way, shape, or form. I did have addiction problems in the past, but the opportunity to overcome it is something that came from me when a talent agent with VH1 gave me a call about a show featuring Dr. Drew. Wow. He said, I wasn't going to pay $50,000 to go to rehab, but I welcome that opportunity. So it was free rehab.
Free rehab is why you did it.
Yep. He said, I found someone who gave me the tools to realize my problems, as well as the correct advice toward correcting myself. Rehab has been phenomenal for me, and I've been sober for over 18 months. I look at guys like Robert Downey Jr. You're on the same level with Robert Downey Jr.
I look at Iron Man.
I look at, yeah. I look at Iron Man, and I look at him and, Sherlock Holmes and all that shit. I figure I'm the same guy. I can fucking anchor many movie franchises also.
Here's the thing, though, dude. You're a fucking disaster. So much so that casting agents are like, who can we get that's fucked up? Let's call that guy. People knew how fucked up you were.
Yeah, and the difference is Robert Downey Jr. will pay $50,000 for rehab.
He will, yeah.
He doesn't have to go on television to fucking get it done.
He's not relying on Dr. Drew to fix his career.
No shit. So, wow. Same problem as I had. He's been doing some great things lately. Yeah, being a fucking gigantic movie star. It's dopey.
Being an amazing actor.
He said he just completed Iron Man. Yeah. Then he said, man, look at Fergie. She also had a drug problem and she overcame that. Again.
Somebody incredibly talented.
Fergie could buy and sell you 100,000 times over. She has a private jet. You don't, stupid. She has a lot more reason and hasn't been hit in the head as many times as you also. Oh, my God. He said then, again, this is good, too. My girl and I were involved in a domestic violence incident in California. My trial took place there, and my child was taken from us to Human Services. Okay, that really made me stand up and want to take my life back. I don't care who you are. Once your child is taken from you, you'll do whatever you have to get them back. Yeah,
I mean,
that's an extreme case. It shouldn't.
Right.
It shouldn't take
probably
that.
Fix it long before that.
Yeah, it shouldn't take the state removing a child from your custody to fucking get you to realize you're fucking up.
You should
here.
probably be doing something, and the mental clarity washes over you that, oh my God, if this. I'm going to lose my kid. Like, you should have that at some point.
They're never going to give it back. Fuck, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm never going to see them again.
He said that just going through the whole process of getting my son back really opened up my eyes, and one of the key steps toward that was going to rehab. That's good. The opportunity, how everything has gotten put together again for me, from being on the Dr. Drew show to getting my family back, everything has taken a turn for the better, and I feel that it has come at the right time.
Okay.
Ready to go.
Just right now.
Yeah, he talked about his trainers in jiu-jitsu, the Machados, and he said, I met the Machados, were these 5 brothers from Brazil. The Machados are the cousins of the Gracies. That makes sense. Their father was a Machado, and he was married to a Gracie. So they're like the Rocks family, basically, where Peter Maivia was married to all that. Okay. He said, otherwise, I'd still be on the streets fighting or be like the rest of my crew who are either in jail, on drugs, or dead. Martial arts really gave me an opportunity to excel. I was a wrestler in high school and did well in the state. Not everybody can afford to play football or hockey, so sports like wrestling and jiu-jitsu really gives kids a different outlet. That's true. It's what really helped me. I found ways to do these programs, and it's really helped me. He said, the people who are with me now are the same people who are with me when I wasn't anywhere. These are the same people who were with me when I was fighting in Mexico getting beer bottles thrown at me.
Oh, my God.
That seems like a pleasant... That's why they fight in a cage there, just to protect you.
Yeah.
It's like the band in Roadhouse. It's just to protect you from the projectiles.
To keep you in is to keep them out.
Yeah. Beer bottles exploding all over the chicken wire.
Jesus Christ, I can't imagine.
He said, these people have been with me no matter what, as opposed to all the people who tried to get a hold of me only when I was on top. Today, when I come back to do this again in the future, it's going to be different because I'm only going to have real people around me. Yeah. He continues, what you see on TV sometimes doesn't really portray you in the right light. I keep my friends close and tight, and that's just how I do things. I have a lot of love for people, and I just try to stay down to earth. When I was 19 years old, it was a different story, and I was just itching to get into trouble. But now that I'm 31, I'm a bit more grounded and I see things differently. I know that the things I have been through have changed me for the better.
Oh, better.
He's going to be just fine. He's good now.
He's 31, still working when he wanted to retire 4 years ago. Still working, still happy.
Still work in progress.
And
here,
better,
I guess.
yeah.
And better, yeah. He said, we wouldn't be having this conversation if I hadn't truly changed myself. And if we were, then I would probably be telling you a bunch of lies. When you're not in the right state of mind, things can unravel you. I got caught by the commission for marijuana and cocaine, and when they took someone I loved away from me, I guess his son, the commission didn't take us. He made it sound like the state fighting commission took the child away. You're not allowed to fight or be a parent anymore. We've decided on both of those things. He said, took a loved one away from me that really made me realize just how wrong things were. I was losing my family, then I began to see my career falling away, and something had to happen. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, and I was doing just that.
Oh.
Today...
Found that quote, did he?
He found, yeah. He's been using that one a lot, I think. I think he's really been up... Yeah, that's one that he whips out all the time. He's like, I read that, People are, ooh, he read something. He thinks that makes him smart and educated sounding.
That's my favorite quote that people use to try to sound like they know something.
It's fucking hilarious. And it's always someone who constantly fucks up, too, that says that. Constantly fucks up. And they're like, listen, I understand that. And they fuck up again. So... Holy shit, he said, today I think it's awesome for me to be able to sit down and talk about my life because I know that I've truly changed myself. I'm here to have fun with everything. You never know when you might not be able to do something again, and I just try to stay appreciative of everything. So, that fight against the snowman, he loses in a unanimous decision.
Oh, no.
So maybe he should have spent a little more time warming up, a little less time running his fucking yap. That might have helped. So... he's having some problems, we'll say. Next up, he fights Doug the Carthage Killer Williams. I think maybe he's from Carthage, not he's looking to murder Carthage.
Not misspelled cartilage.
That's what I thought at first, too. My first thought was the cartilage killer, and then I'm like, no, that says Carthage.
It's a nose puncher right there.
But yeah, my brain, when it just just goes after noses and knees and fucking ears. Yeah, that's all he's after. He's 5-8 in this thing here. He hasn't been doing too much killing. And so Doug Williams, I don't think he's just a rebranded ex-quarterback of the Washington Redskins is what he is there.
Threw a little nickname in there.
Yep. This is at Armageddon 9. Mm-hmm. And he wins this time, Ricco. Submission from an anaconda choke, which is he wraps his giant penis around your neck and chokes the life out of you.
So he taps in Ice Cube and he brings a big snake.
Yeah, that's how it works there. This is in 1 minute and 2 seconds, too.
Yeah.
He's 35-10 here. Next up, Mario Rinaldi.
Yeah.
Mario the Big Hurt Rinaldi. Now,
Big Hurt.
Describe for me Mario the Big Hurt Rinaldi, Jimmy. Just do me that favor, would you?
A man the size of Frank Thomas, right? He has to be.
Okay. Well, what's he describe? Give me a full physical description of him.
Oh,
like a police report. Like he just mugged you.
6'7", yeah. 6'7", large man. The big hurt. He hurts people, and he's big.
But what does he look like? You can't describe
a bald
that.
Guy, yeah.
Okay, bald. There
fella,
we go.
Yeah.
Age.
Mexican guy, yeah. Around,
Mexican.
32 to 38.
32 to 38, 6'7" Mexican man named Mario Rinaldi.
A bald one.
A bald one. And he's bald, too.
Yeah.
A lot of bald Mexicans, too. That's the most common people for hair loss, really, are Mexicans. The cops would be like, "Are you sure about this, motherfucker?
This man doesn't exist. I'm sorry.
Are you on mushrooms right now? Who did you find?"
Did he also have blue skin?
Yeah, a 6'7" bald Mexican. I'm not buying any of this. Would you like to see Mario the Big Hurt Rinaldi? Not who you expect.
No.
It's
like Fat Joe.
Yeah, he is he's black as fuck though.
Yeah,
he's a black guy. Not like he's any darker, but he's a black guy. He's definitely not Mexican or Italian, really. Mario Rinaldi, who you would expect maybe an Italian guy. Nope, very black. He's super Sicilian.
Is that right?
No. The very bottom tip of the island, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He southern tip here. So he loses to Mario Rinaldi.
Really?
Yeah, he does that. But then Mario Rinaldi made him a beautiful meal. It was wonderful. It was a chicken cacciatore. It was all these. He's very good at it.
Bread.
Oh, the bread he makes. He bakes it himself, obviously. His own sauce is very good. It's pasta by hand. You know how Mario does it. This is Battle by the Bay 8. So unanimous decision, 35-11 for Ricco.
Yeah.
Next up, maybe the greatest nickname that we've all heard ever here.
Sure.
John Brown, okay? Now, you can go a lot of places with that.
Yeah, you got Charlie.
Charlie can do delivers like UPS.
Sure, yeah,
you can do a Civil War reference if you want to get deep, like John John the Body Brown, you know what I mean? Because John Brown's. You could do that. You could do all that. He chooses the best one, though, of any of these. John Doo-Doo Brown. Doodoo. Doo-Doo.
How the hell do you do
Doo-Doo
that?
Brown. It's an ODB lyric is what that is. Yeah. I don't know what he's thinking, but he's 6-1 in his career coming into this fight. The poop man cometh here. And Ricco beats the shit out of the poop man, which is nice to do. Beats the doo-doo out of him.
Yeah.
Choked it out of him. A rear naked choke submission.
Wow. Choked the shit out of him.
He will. John Brown refuses to do audible tap outs, though. He won't say it. He shits his pants, and that's when you know it's over. When you hear it happen, that's when you know it's over.
It's constantly looking at the back.
Yeah, he looks at his face. He looks down at his pants. He looks back up to the face. Back down.
Soiled.
To the pants.
It's soiled.
That's it. He wears white trunks only, so you can tell. Real easy. No underwear, just right to the trunks. Next up, Justin Howard, which is a very boring name.
Perfect.
And he beats Justin Howard with a TKO with punches, 37-11. October 7th, 2009. Here, this is, what is this? About a month after that fight. He is arrested in St. Tammany County, Florida.
Where's that?
Fuck if I know. St. Tammany County, Florida. Okay. I don't know. Let's look it up. What do you say? Let's find out exactly what level of trash he was trying to.
Tammany, is it, or Tammany?
St. Tammany County, Florida. Whoa, there's one in Louisiana too.
They're calling it a Florida parish, so it's got to be on the west side, huh?
Yeah, it's got to be over in that ballpark there.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is it though? Give me a map. What's in it?
Click on maps on Google.
Nope, that's on.
No, it's asking me to sign in.
Yeah, I'm not doing that right now. St. Tammany County, Florida. There it is. Okay. Show me where you are, you lousy whore. It keeps bringing up Louisiana. But
yeah, so it must be on the panhandle up there, the northwest tip.
Wow, it's so strange.
Tammany. Tammany, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Florida.
Yeah, it's showing it all in fucking Louisiana, so it's got to be right there next to it. They wouldn't put that shit down next to fucking Palm Beach, would they?
This is my bad. It's Louisiana. It's not Florida.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
It's Louisiana. I'm like, where is this? Where's the one in Florida, though? I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And it's over in that area. It was established. It was established out of the West Florida Rebellion against Spanish authority.
Why. There you go. Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, he's hanging out there for some reason, disturbing the peace.
Okay.
So he's hanging out with fighting, it said. So disturbing the peace, fighting. This wasn't a publicized thing.
No.
These MMA fighters, it's weird. They're very famous in the MMA world, and the MMA press, especially back then, didn't really cover the bad shit all that much.
Didn't want to, huh?
Didn't really want to, because they didn't want to damage the sport.
They're aware of what it'll do.
The mainstream media didn't know who the fuck these people were, so they didn't cover it either. So they never really got out there. Yeah. This is, doing a background check website. We found
and this is also a guy from 2009 who hasn't been popular since Randy Couture kicked his ass. It was Sylvia that beat him in 2003.
Since Dr. Drew declared him sober, he hasn't done anything of any note.
Nobody cares at all. Yeah.
Nobody cares. So he's back fighting again very shortly after that. November 2009, fighting Moisey Swamp Rimbon. Swamp is his nickname. Okay. He's 14-8. Yeah. Moisey. This is at the Union of Veterans Support Mayor's Cup 2009. It's a split decision win for Ricco. So 38-11. He might have got that on name, recognition. Sure. February 2010, he wins by TKO with punches against Patrick Miller, bringing him to 39-11. March 20th, 2010. Brian Ryan is this guy's name, okay?
What?
Brian and then Ryan. Brian Ryan. His nickname is
Flying.
The Flying Lion. The Flying Lion, Brian Ryan.
I love him.
That's amazing. What a fucking idiot. That's hilarious. That's like Arrested Development, the Bob Law blog. That's what he's doing to me right now. The Flying Lion, Brian Ryan.
The Bob Law blog?
Yeah, the Bob Law blog. That's what it was. His name is Bob Law, and he's a lawyer. Bob Law blog. You should check the Bob Law blog. I'm laughing. It's hard to say when you're laughing.
It's so hard to say.
It's so funny. It's so fucking funny.
Brian Ryan.
Yeah, he's trying and crying, and if he loses, he's going to feel like dying. This sounds like a country song. He really does, like an old-timey country song. He's 16-4, the Flying Lion, Brian Ryan, and he loses to...
Oh, it's Brian Ryan. You're right.
Brian Ryan, yeah. He loses to Ricco, though, here in 2 minutes and 5 seconds into the second round by TKO with punches. 40 wins for Ricco.
Wow.
Next up, the Iron Man is back, Travis Fulton.
Oh, is that right?
At this point in his career, he's 242, 45, and 10. I'm not shitting you.
Christ, man.
That is fucking wild. And Ricco wins this one with, for the first time I've seen, a KO with a head kick. I've never seen Ricco
kick somebody in the fucking head.
I've never seen anybody kick someone unconscious. Or Ricco hasn't kicked anyone unconscious in his career yet, so that's a new one for him.
Incredible. And he kicked the Iron Man.
The Iron Man. His head is an iron. He should have worried about that. Ken Sparks, May 22nd, 2010, 3 weeks after that last fight here. He fights him. He's a 5-4 fighter, and this is his last fight because he gets knocked out quickly by Ricco, bringing Ricco to 42-11. July of 2010, Bobby Martinez here. What's he look like?
No, that's a tough guy. A lot of corduroy in his life.
He's 9-12 coming into this fight, and his career will be 9-13. He loses this fight and hangs it up. So 2 retires in a row here. Shit. He does. This is a submission with a heel hook in the first round. Mm-hmm. So he got grabbed up quick. July 31st, 2010, 2 weeks later.
Yep.
He's fighting Jean Juarez. I think he needs money, and he's just fighting, I can get $1,000 here, $2,000 here. He's the name on the card of these small things because this was at, the Bobby Martinez was at AFA 4 Parking Lot Beatdown was the name of the event.
It's literally, it's one of those American,
like
veteran
AFA.
halls or something. Yeah.
Like Jared Wyatt was fighting at, the guy who cut his friend's heart out. Before that, it was USA MMA Legends, which is some one-off thing. The Iron Man fight was at Caged Thug. That was the name of it.
God.
So these are one-off fucking things here. Embarrassing. So John Juarez, he fights 1-1 coming in. This is at USA MMA Stacked is the name of it. This goes all 3 rounds here. And he wins a decision, Ricco does. Next up in November, Daniel the Gladiator Tabera here. This is the Israel Fighting Championship Genesis.
Is it in Israel?
I don't know, or if they're using biblical fucking terms here. I'm not sure. So he fights that. He's 16-3 here, Tabera. This is a unanimous decision win again for Ricco, 45-11. Next up, James the Hammer McSweeney.
Hell yeah.
4-6 coming in. And he'll get hammered by Ricco in a unanimous decision again. 46-11 for Ricco. Now, that's February 26, 2011. And on May 19th, 2011, he is in Ahwatukee,
Arizona?
Yep, if you know Phoenix, that is a southern Phoenix. It used to be a suburb, but now it's just a neighborhood in Phoenix. Phoenix has grown around it. It is, he is arrested there following an assault, and he resists arrest as well. So,
who did he assault?
The cops. Well, before this, it was something else, and then it was a taxi cab driver, then the cops.
Oh,
so,
fantastic!
You know how that goes. He got in a fight with the taxi cab driver, assaulted him, then struggled with several police officers after that. Apparently, him and his female companion, quote unquote, got a cab to drive them to a sports bar here. And the cab was $75.
Holy fuck.
One thing about Phoenix, everything is fucking far away.
Yeah.
In terms of mileage, it's all far. Anywhere you go, it's like, that's 26 miles away, which sounds far, but in Phoenix, that's just across the thing. It's
straight.
It's straight there. There's a road that goes all the way there. One of the fucking 8 freeways will go there or whatever.
And you're doing 85, so it feels like 10 minutes.
But it's certainly not. And if you take a cab anywhere, it is mega expensive because everything's so. And Uber too now is the same exact fucking way. Ubers there are really expensive because they're going a long distance
everywhere
and sitting in traffic too. So they said $75, and he said, "I'll give you 20."
He's gonna haggle.
Not only will I not give you a tip, won't even pay a third of the fare.
How about you pay 45?
And this is crazy. 20 is not even close.
No, that's
75.
really what he wanted to pay was 20.
He said, "I'll give you 20." So I guess finally, it wasn't even a big argument over that. Apparently, they were just going back and forth talking, like, well, it's 75. Well, it's only worth 20. Well, it's 75. Like, whatever. Then his female companion here apparently said I'll pay it. I'll pay the rest. This is great. I'm not going to sit here and argue this is, it's theft of services if you fucking take off on a cab.
We're going
driver.
to jail. Right.
Yeah. I'll just pay it. Then Ricco got pissed off.
How dare you make her have that as an option?
Now you're making her pay for it. Like, he got all pissed off, and he proceeded to grab the cab driver and throw him to the ground.
Oh, he pulled him out of the car.
Yeah, because, he's a giant guy, and he knows he's an MMA fighter, a former UFC champion, and the cab driver probably isn't.
He's probably an overweight guy who sits on his ass for 10 hours a day.
Most of the cab drivers I saw in Phoenix were look like very skinny guys from countries in Central Africa. That's who they're from. That's who drives cabs in Phoenix. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not big, huge people usually. No. And if they are big and huge, they have like 8 health fucking problems. They got an oxygen tank in the passenger seat. They're a problem. Right. Not someone that's a real physical threat to Ricco.
Right. They've got strange colors around their ankles. They're not in great shape.
No. So the cab driver calls 911, obviously, for this, and over $55 of dispute. What a fucking idiot. So according to the report here, it took 3 officers to try to get him under control after that. For some reason, and this I don't understand, I don't know if it's one of the guys was a UFC fan, and I guarantee you, in my mind, that's probably what it is, because
somebody recognized him.
They didn't handcuff him in the back. They handcuffed him in the front, which do for celebrities, friends, people who aren't going to, try to assault them usually.
Right, yeah.
Everybody else, it's safety. They get handcuffed in the
put it
back.
behind your back, yeah.
That way, also, you can't run away if you're handcuffed in the back because you'll face plant. Nobody wants to do that.
That, and it's with them in your front, you can fucking
do things.
Hands behind your back and you're running, you appear to be running from the law.
You definitely look like you're running from the law. And your balance is shit.
Yeah.
And then you fall on your face because you have nothing to break your fall.
Right.
If you've ever seen on any of these cop shows, anybody try to run with their hands behind their back, it ends 30 yards down the street with them on their face. With like
gravel in their cheeks.
implanted in their forehead every time. And they just go, well, that was pretty stupid. And they pick them up. They barely chase them. They just kind of jog after them. Like, I just want to be in the area when they fall on their face because they're not going to get far.
Right.
So they get him in the front, which allows him to flail his arms around and fight the officers. A UFC guy's getting it in the back. I am cuffing him 6 different ways.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Like, he could be a problem. So...
Right.
A sergeant here said, it's our policy to handcuff behind, and that did not occur. He was struggling with the officers, flailing his arms. One of the officers was pushed against the wall, and we believe at that point he sustained a minor injury and a cut to his elbow. Mm-hmm. So now he's facing charges of assault and resisting arrest.
Right.
Not terrific, obviously, for him. He has to go to court for that, for the resisting arrest and all this type of shit in May of 2011. He has to go do that. So pretty quickly here, he goes into there. So at some point here, I guess, the resisting, it's a felony, the resisting arrest charge as a felony. So the other thing is the cab driver thing is mild. They'll drop that and concentrate on this. Somehow, though, by July, he's back in the ring anyway. He's fighting.
Okay.
So he doesn't give a shit here. He's fighting the Carthage Killer again and beating him in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So there you go.
Very little money, likely.
Yeah. Next up, August 20th, 2011, Seth the Silverback Petrulezzi. Okay. What's he look like, Jimmy?
I don't want to do this game anymore.
Let's play the game of what Jimmy thinks this guy looks like.
A man named the Silverback?
Yeah.
I don't like
What do you
this.
think? I bet you won't guess.
Seth Petroluzzi?
Yeah, the Silverback.
God damn it.
Mario Rinaldi, remember him?
Yeah, I don't want to do this.
Okay, you want to see him, though?
Yeah, because I don't want to get
There he is.
Yeah, that's the Silverback.
Yep, there he is.
He's a big white guy with pink and black hair.
He's got pink puffs in his hair.
Does he know? Is he aware of what a Silverback is?
I think so. He doesn't even look that big either.
No.
That's the other thing. He doesn't look like he's even that big. You got to be huge to carry that off.
That's the biggest one, right?
Yeah, if not, it's fucking big. We all know it as a formidable character.
Yes, we know, and it'll rape pretty much everything.
It'll rape you in the ring.
Yeah,
it's definitely.
Those are when they're in season. They are in season.
You don't want to lose by submission to this guy.
No.
You better bring your lube because he's coming for you.
He's got pink and black. What is that about? The hair?
I don't know. It's very strange for the Silverback.
Yeah.
This is at Bellator, so he's making his way back up.
His way up, yeah.
Bellator Fighting Championship 48. He loses in the first round, Ricco does, by a TKO with punches.
Well, that's not good.
That's not great at all. He gets to a good place and then back down again. Yeah. And by the next month, he is fighting Michael Massacra Kita, who's 10-6 at MMA Attack 1.
Oh, no.
Where he's the main event against this guy.
Shit.
And he loses to Michael Kita.
Oh, no.
Unanimous decision. He's 47-13 now. Next up, this is 3 weeks later. He's fighting again. This is after he went the distance. He's fighting 3 weeks later against Glover Teixeira here. He's 16-2 coming in. This is at MMA AD. This is MMA against Dengu. I don't know what that is. Whatever. Either way. He loses to this guy.
Yeah, because he's a 35-year-old man now.
Yeah, TKO with punches, with submission to punches. Ricco said, please stop hitting me. And in 1 minute and 58 seconds in the first round. Not great. Next up, he fights Bashir. This is like 3 weeks after that fight. Bashir Yamilkanov, who's 3-1 coming in, and this is his last fight of his career.
Okay.
Ricco beats him in the second round with a TKO with punches.
Yeah.
Next up in December, this is Christmas Eve, literally 7 days after the last fight.
Oh, boy.
He needs money, is what this is. He fights Blagoy Ivanov, who's 6-0 coming into this fight.
It's like he's like standing at the port welcoming all comers now that are.
Yeah.
Listen to the names. Jesus Christ, the most
anybody
foreign
with
guys.
$1,000 in their hand, he'll fight. Yeah, guys, they can make a name off him, you know? This is at CMMAT, Chekhov MMA tournament. Okay. He loses to this guy by TKO.
Really?
Retirement. No. He just didn't come back out. He stopped. Done.
Wow.
That's not a good Christmas Eve here.
No. That's a bad day.
48-15. Next up here, February 23rd, 2 months later, Alexander Drago is his nickname, Volkov.
Yeah, what's with all the Russians or Eastern Bloc guys?
Yep,
what's he doing this for?
Probably where the money is.
These are tough fucking guys, though. You don't want to fight them.
If you're a guy with a name, this is where you can make the most money, probably.
I suppose, yeah.
They use you for a name. This is at Baltic Challenge 3. So is
he over there?
Oh, yeah, this is all Eastern European shit. He's not in America. He can't make money over here anymore. No one cares about him. He's just a fucking drunk guy who Dr. Drew couldn't fix.
Right, but you're over there punching guys with big fucking solid foreheads. You don't want to fight those guys.
And hard lives.
Right, yeah.
It's a hard life.
Fucking fellas.
So, Alexander Volkov beats him by decision, a unanimous decision. 48-16. A month later, by the way, March 23rd, Ruslan Leopard Magomedov.
Ruslan Magomedov?
That's his name. Ruslan Magomedov, the Leopard, he goes by. He's 6-1 coming in, and this is at United Glory 15, 2012 Glory World Series.
That is a lot of words.
You put Hole in there, and that's a very different event. United Glory Hole 15, 2012 Glory Hole World Series.
Yeah.
That's an event. I'll tell you something there. That is a loss for Ricco. Again, unanimous decision.
Okay.
Next up, Stav Economou, known as the Crazy Bear.
Yeah, may as well.
Eastern Europeans. This is in Dubai Fighting Championship 1, the beginning. So
they just want to watch like fucking gladiator days over there, right? That's what it is.
It's a guy they've seen fight and they've heard of him before, and he beat Randy Couture, and you can always say that, even though that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, hasn't done shit since.
Nope. He loses this one by unanimous decision. He's 48-18. And they keep hiring him because he's not like getting knocked out in the first round. He's giving them a 3-round fight, which they need to fill the card out in time. If everybody got knocked out in the first round, it'd be a 40-minute fucking card. Everybody'd be pissed off.
And that's annoying,
Yeah, they need some guys who go the distance. So October 20th, 2012, Kevin Thompson, his first, maybe possibly an American in a while. This is UWC 21 Explosion with an X. Explosion. He wins this with a submission by armbar, 49-18. Next up, Ante, A-N-T-E. So Ante or Ant. Ante Delija, who goes by Walking Trouble. That's his nickname. He's 5-0 in this fight, and he's going to beat Ricco here by a unanimous decision. And this is in some Spanish country because the name of the event is NOC Gladiatoria 7. NOC Gladiatoria 7.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. March 4th, 2013, though. A couple months later, he is in L.A. at 1:25 in the morning driving.
Oh, yeah.
Not good here, and he is going to be busted for DUI.
Oh, you should have called a cab.
Yep. Should have probably got... Oh, shit, never mind. He's arrested. He blew a .10, which is
okay. Yeah, no, that's not good.
That's not good, and they had him take another breathalyzer at the station, and he blew a .08. So that's interesting. They say they're going to fight the charges.
Why?
And fight the power. But first it was a suspicion of, and then March 6th is the official arrest. So 2 days later, the official arrest for misdemeanor DUI. So he's definitely not sober at this point.
No.
That's not good for a guy who's a fucking crackhead. That could be bad. So
horrible, yeah.
He's not doing well. They told law enforcement officials said he did voluntarily take the breathalyzer tests, and it's not uncommon to get varying results.
Okay.
But what I do feel bad for here, I get that he had some other things, but what you don't get varying results on is I feel not as bad for anyone else as I feel for these people.
Yeah.
Ricco Rodriguez.
Oh, boy.
Who is another guy who is booked. No, he's booked in the Carroll County Jail for driving under the influence of multiple substances.
Okay.
That's not good. Ricco Rodriguez, neuroscience PhD candidate at Brandeis University, software engineering professional.
Get that thesis up, man.
So look at how much, what do you think he looks like?
I'm not doing this anymore.
Exactly like this, right? A fucking dork.
Who's that white kid?
Yeah, he looks like, hey guys, did I show you my new computer program or whatever the fuck? I don't know what he's talking about. He said he's passionate about learning, both human and machine.
Both learning, human, weird science boy. Huh?
Both human and, I make women. And then me and my friend fuck them together. That's what that says.
I built it, we fuck it.
I built it, me and Anthony Michael Hall fuck it together. That's how this works. British accent. I can give her any accent. Watch this. He starts typing away. Check it out. He said, my dream is to converge these two worlds and do something interesting in the process.
That's gross.
Nope. He wants to fuck machines because he can't fuck women.
It's been done already. There's a TV show and a movie from the 80s.
Oh, my God. That's fucking great. So there's that. Ricco Rodriguez, senior construction manager at Walmart Realty.
They're doing that
realty.
Now? These
Apparently they're diversifying.
They have to be stopped.
They're being like the Catholic Church. Like, we'll just buy land now, like they did back in the day.
Can you imagine renting from Walmart? Oh, God.
My God. Yeah. Well, they're my landlord, Walmart.
Yeah.
And finally, Ricco Rodriguez, private client advisor, vice president of investments at J.P. Morgan Wealth Management.
Really?
What do you think he looks like?
I'm so mad at you.
A fat, bald guy with a weirdly overly groomed beard.
Yeah, that almost looks Irish, that beard.
Irish, or if he takes the mustache off, he's totally Amish. One of the two. He's a guy that can go Irish or Amish in fucking 2 seconds. You can switch him from Irish to Amish quickly.
That is fascinating.
His name, Ricco Rodriguez. Who knows?
Wow.
So that is fucking funny. And then finally, Ricco Rodriguez, who was, Jesus Christ, the father of a baby girl who was smothered by him, and he was charged with first-degree murder in Chicago.
Smothered and covered?
Smothered and covered, babe.
Jesus Christ.
He won by submission by smothering knockout, and so did this Ricco. They both have
smothered choke.
They both have a smothered choke submission to their credit. Unfortunately, one of them was a 2-year-old child, I believe, here.
Jesus Christ.
That is fucking horrific.
We are monsters.
We are
a 2-year-old smothered and covered.
We are monsters. Yes, we are.
But we didn't kill a 2-year-old.
We didn't fucking smother the 2-year-old.
No.
That's not our fucking fault. This is someone else did it. It's the kid's father.
Ricco did it.
And the mother's lawyer said, how is she going to stop him when she is about to be killed too?
Yeah.
That's
great point.
He's going to kill her. And finally, one more. Fuck it. Ricco Rodriguez. He's an actor. Best known for his role on Modern Family, which I've never watched in my life, one episode of, so I don't know. But he received several Screen Actors Guild Awards for his performance. So a lot of our audience is going, that guy, you fucking idiots. You guys are dumb as shit.
Yeah. I don't know who he is on the show. I've seen the show and I like it.
He's a young guy. He's on. It's nice. Born in 1998. So.
He must be. Oh, he must be that Spanish. That lady.
What do you think he looks like?
I hope like her. Jesus. I forget her name. She's a smoke show. Jesus.
Oh yeah, what's her name? Yeah,
boy.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know her name. I don't know anybody's name.
I don't know her name. I know her tits, and I can pick them out of her fucking lineup.
Yeah, there you go.
Her name, not so much. That doesn't.
Sofia
stick with
Vergara.
me so well.
Nailed it. Got it.
There you go. Sofia Vergara. That's what it is. May 12, 2013, he fights Andreas Big Daddy. Jesus, stop fighting these fucking Eastern Europeans. I can't pronounce their names. Kraniotakis. He might be a Greek. I'm not sure.
That's the second Big Daddy.
Whew, another Big Daddy. 15-6 coming in. This is at Cage Fight Series 7. He wins by unanimous decision, giving him his 50th win, Ricco.
50 wins.
50-19. Look at him. Man.
And one of them was Randy Couture, and I've never heard of this fucking guy.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I only knew about him because I heard he thought his girlfriend was dead, so he put her in the fucking car. That's the only thing I knew about him at first.
That's a monster.
Wild.
That's a monster move.
Terrible
man.
person.
Truly.
Well, I got to worry about me. I'm the one still here.
Yeah, that's beyond selfishness, though, right? Because it's like, it's such a lack of concern for somebody else. It's not even just selfish.
It's sick.
Yeah.
It's no empathy. He never said, oh, my God, my girlfriend's dead.
Right.
Oh, no. Oh, God. That
Right.
never crossed his mind. He went,
No, he
cool.
said-
She can't say she wasn't driving.
She won't be mad when I do this.
Yeah. This will get me out of a DUI. Like, what the fuck? So, May 24, 2013, Tomasz Simonik.
Yeah.
Another fucking 4-2 coming in, and Ricco beats him here. Okay. Final Fight Championship 5. Okay, now I guess June 15th, 2013, Ricco makes a deal for his DUI to plead no contest to reckless driving involving alcohol. They call it wet reckless. Which sounds hot. That sounds hot.
I'll bet there's pornos called that.
Dude, if a chick came up to you and went, I'm wet reckless, you'd be like, whoa. Okay.
Handle your hotel key.
Yeah, wow, that sounds great.
See you back there in
Terrific.
20,
Wet
huh?
reckless. Jesus Christ. So right here, because reckless is what you're into? This is crazy.
Wet reckless. Golly.
Reckless driving involving alcohol. It's below a DUI, basically. It's a drop down. So
really? It
he
feels
won't-
like it should be
yeah.
worse than.
It sounds worse, but no.
Yeah.
So he won't spend any time in jail, but he'll be he got you, sir, and a fuck off, a 3-year probation and a $300 fine and 12 hours in an alcohol educational program. And I'm pretty sure they should add that's not run by Dr. Drew. They should put in there also.
A more serious one.
A serious one that doesn't involve camera crews and them having to change the fucking batteries on your sound pack. Right. So June 29, 2013, Marcin Lazars he fights, who's 5-1. He loses to this guy. This is in UK, by the way. The British Invasion, UK versus US. Loses by unanimous decision. That's his 20th loss. So hitting milestones all over the place. Next up, Ian the Machine Freeman. He fights. This is right in the same time period here. 19-7 coming in. He loses to him again. This is an event called the Legends of MMA. So now he's doing legend shows. He's not even a serious fighter. Next up, Zieg Benkai Galesic.
Yep.
Zelg, not Zieg. Zelg Galesic he fights. This is Final Fight Championship 8, and he beats Zelg. That might be the worst first name ever. Zelg.
Yep.
Zelg.
Hi,
Zelg.
Far too close to Zieg. That's no good.
No good. November 9th, 2013, Dennis the Menace Stojnik. This is Bosnia Fight Championship 1.
Oh, did they just get Nick at Night there
I was gonna
with
say,
the Dennis the Menace?
He goes, I see show.
Little blonde boy.
Little blonde boy. He says, I get you, Mr. Wilson. He fuck Mr. Wilson in ass every night. I laugh so hard. They say, Mr. Wilson, he fall off roof. This fucking bum. Dennis
he's a real rascal, this
He have thing he hold with rubber band, pull back, shoot rocks off. Fucking hilarious, man.
Hits people right in the ass.
Wow, wait till they get Bart Simpson. They're going to lose their fucking minds over there. I'll tell you what.
Eat my shorts.
Eat my shorts or cowabunga dude, you know? Right? Am I right or what? I can't eat my shorts, he says. That was great, Jimmie. No contest for some reason this fight is. I don't know what happened. Both of them, I don't know. Both of them had a stroke and fell over. Okay. So December 13th, 2013, Nestoris Batzelis.
Oh.
Jesus, he's 1-0 coming into this fight, and Ricco beats him. Next up, Dion the Soldier Starring. The Soldier. This is, wow, interesting. 31-10, Final Fight Championship 17. He loses to Dion. Old Neon Dion here.
Yeah.
Retires after the second round. He says, no more, thank you. Next up, June 13th, 2005.
God, how is he still doing it?
2015, Dennis the Menace is back.
Oh, he got him again.
Bosnia Fight Championship 2, and he loses to Dennis the Menace.
Uh-oh.
So there you go. And now it's a contest. He loses to him, 53-23. Ivan Shittier. What the fuck, man?
What is it?
Shittier-Kov. Shittier-Kov. That's the only way to put it. Shittier-Kov, we're going with. Yeah.
The shittier one.
It's probably what you said. SHTYR.
Oh, what?
No vowels in there, unless you count Y. KOV. There's one fucking real vowel in there. Shittier-Kov. Yeah, it looks like a license plate that I can't figure out.
It's
like, what does that mean?
It's on like an F-150, and you're like, what's your truck say?
What is that? What does that mean?
What is it? An insult to Chevys somewhere? Is that what you're doing?
Are you peeing on Dodges? What's happening right now?
What is that?
His nickname is Ural Hulk. Ural is the region, the mountain region, the Ural region. He's a Russian type guy, but it sounds like he's a Hulk from a urinal that pops out of a urinal. He loses to Ivan, Ricco does here at Titov Boxing Promotion, Shittier-Kov versus Rodriguez. TKO with punches, as this is, so he loses that. Next up, Gilbert the Hurricane Yvel loses to him too, 53-25 now. Next up, January 20th, 2018. Very recent here, a few years. Nandor Gulmino, the Hun, he goes by. Ricco beats him. It's this guy's last fight. Yeah, by a submission with a forearm choke. Next up, Alex the Spartan Nicholson. He loses to the Spartan here. This is Cam Soda Legends is the name of the thing, the name of the event. TKO submission to punches. In 1 minute and 27 seconds, this guy pummels him into submission. So he says, people keep beating the shit out of me.
Yeah. It's not going well.
I should diversify and do something new.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is bare knuckle boxing because with little gloves on, I'm getting knocked out. I should probably get hit with bare knuckles now.
The gloves are weighing my punches down.
They're making me slow. That's what it is. This is June 2nd, 2018. He fights Louis Rumsey at Bare Knuckle FC, held on June 2nd, 2018. This goes all 5 rounds, by the way, 2-minute rounds, and he wins by unanimous decision.
Oh, boy.
Next up, Hatef Moeil. He's got too many vowels. The other guy, he needs to loan this guy some vowels. The other one. This is Moeil.
Moil.
Moil. You're a moil. He's gonna circumcise you, Chief. That's what's happening.
His Eastern Bloc circumciser.
Hatef Boss is his nickname. Moil. The Moil beats him. Okay. And afterwards, like I said, you get circumcised if the Moil beats you. It happens every match. That's the rules by decision. 57-27. And that's it for that, it seems like. So
that's so many fights.
He was the King of the Cage heavyweight champion once, the UFC heavyweight champion once, the YAMMA pit fighting tournament semifinalist, an Ultimate Warrior Challenge heavyweight champion. I don't know if that's the Ultimate Warrior you have to beat to win that or not. The UWC British heavyweight champion once, the Cage Fight Series heavyweight championship once. And then he won all of his shit. So there you go.
Okay.
He looks like he is currently the Renzo Gracie Martial Arts Training Center in Fort Lee, New Jersey. It looks like he is listed as a professor on their website.
Okay, so he's helping. What is it? Is he
training? Yeah, he's training people. Yeah. He said that he's training and teaching where he has been passing down his wealth of knowledge to the next generation.
Yeah.
This is how you get out of a DUI.
Yeah.
Perk up your ears.
Make sure she's unconscious, okay?
She can't be conscious at all, or it will fuck the whole thing up.
You need the cops to make her more. Yeah.
They gotta slap her some smelling salts.
All right.
He's appeared in an episode of the History Channel series Human Weapon, in which he faced Bill Duff in a draw. Don't know why they were doing that. Okay. Also appears in the bonus footage of The Smashing Machine, The Life and Times of Extreme Fighter Mark Kerr DVD. We've all seen that, obviously. Can't get enough of Ricco Rodriguez?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Well, you can get his UFC official fight gloves signed. Ricco Rodriguez, UFC champ in gold marker. $139.99.
What?
Yep, you can get that.
The audacity. How dare they?
It's probably him selling it, too.
Yeah.
I know it's American Icon Autographs. It's probably him. Just, I need the money, guys. Then there's another picture of him. It's a signed 8x10 if you're looking to get a little cheaper here. $39.99, where he is...
really taking it in the ass.
Looks like he's having sex with a man in the corner of a ring. Like he's got his legs around him.
Some gay missionary. Yeah.
That's some good stand-up missionary right there. That's he's giving him the once-over here. So he signed that one, too. Like, here is me after full penetration. Okay. Yep. That's $39.99. And that, everybody, is Ricco Rodriguez. Just kind of a jerk-off.
Yeah.
Kind of a wasted life.
And it's
just a wasted career.
That's really shocking how you go from beating Randy Couture, who's one of the biggest names in UFC ever.
Oh, Hall of Famer.
I mean, the guy's in fucking movies with Sly Stallone now.
I knew who he was before we started this show, and I don't know shit about MMA and never really watched it, and I knew who he was. Like I was
Tim
like, oh, yeah.
Sylvia's just that guy's enormous. You can't
fucking huge.
He'll never beat that guy.
No, so he never fulfilled. I mean, after beating Couture, you'd expect him to be the next big thing, and whenever he got one step forward, he would take 3 steps back. That's what his thing was. Because he seems like he's lazy and he likes to do drugs and fuck off.
Yeah, but he probably thought that he was going to be like this giant guy that, nobody's going to be bigger than him. And then he saw Tim Sylvia.
He's like, oh,
that
Jesus.
guy's a wall of a human being. He's so big.
But I mean, his ideal fighting weight isn't 300 fucking pounds. You know what I mean?
No.
So I think he was champ when he was like 245. That's where he should be.
240, 250 is probably his shit, his jam. But
if you're so lazy, you put on an extra 50 pounds, you can't be training that hard. You just can't be. And there's guys out there that are eating glass every day, fucking training their balls off. You can't beat those guys. Yeah, and he's bigger than you, and he trains harder. So you can't get over. In the 90s, you might be able to get over on some size and a little bit of skill, but once this became a real serious thing with guys, now you got to be fucking amazing at this shit. There's no getting over. These guys will tear you apart.
Right.
So
you got to be pound for pound the best fighter. It's wild.
It's crazy stuff. So there you go, everybody. Yeah. There is Ricco Suave Rodriguez.
He's a bad man.
He did it. The one thing he did was just so terrible, it casts a pall over anything he could have done. He could have saved 8 children from a burning building. I'd go, I don't trust him still.
He could have saved that other guy who smothered his 2-year-old.
Yeah, he could have saved the 2-year-old, and I would have still said, I don't trust this guy.
Fought that guy, and I'd still be like, you're a monster, too.
He kicked in the door and was like, stop fucking up my name. And took the pillow off the kid and rescued it and took it to child services. So if you like the show, please let the world know. Get on whatever app you're on and tell everyone how much you fucking love the show. Give us 5 stars. It helps so much. Can't tell you how or why, but it does. So please do that. Head over to shutupandgivememurder.com.
Oh, yeah.
Tickets for live shows are all going to be there. We're going to be in Durham with Small Town Murder, doing a Small Town Murder live show. Come see us May 31st. Still a few tickets left. Nashville sold out the next night. So sorry about that. And get your tickets for later on. New merch is up all the time. Check it all out there. You definitely also want Patreon for sure. Patreon.com/crime in sports is where you get all of the bonus materials, everything you can imagine. Anybody $5 a month or above, you get hundreds of back episodes of content that you've never heard before, bonus shit, new episodes every other week, 1 crime in sports, 1 small town murder, and you certainly get all of it. So you get it all. And this week, what you're going to get, it's a banner week here. First of all, for Crime and Sports, we're going to talk about the O.J. Simpson trial.
Oh, and what about it?
Well, I've watched all 496 parts of it on YouTube. I'm not kidding. That's not a joke. That's how many parts there are. Yeah. From the preliminary exams to everything up till the whole verdict and all that kind of shit. And I'm going to break that into an hour and synthesize the whole thing and how extreme incompetence can really fuck up arrogance and incompetence can really take the toll on you. Then for Small Town Murder, we are going to talk about what's inside Ed Gein's house. What's in there? Yeah. What's he doing there? What are his collections like? Yeah. We'll talk all about it because it's fucking weird. He makes Jeffrey Dahmer look a little more normal, which is saying something. It's weird. Not in the murderous department, but in the storage and real weird stuff. We'll talk all about that. That is patreon.com/crimeinsports.
Yep.
And also follow us on social media at Crime and Sports on all your things there. So do that. And if you are a patron, what's going to happen is Jimmy's going to say your name. Sure. And I'd love to hear these names, Jimmy. After that story, I need to hear the names of good, wonderful people who support our show and are just great to us, and fucking tell me about them right now. They'd never, ever get in a crash and drag our unconscious bodies into the driver's seat. Hit me with it right now.
This week's executive producer is Whitney Green. Thank you so much, Whitney, for everything you do for us. You're an
wonderful.
Angel. Other producers this week are Liz Vasquez, Peyton Meadows, Heath Mauger, Lori Simmons, Janice Hill, Scarlett Horbeast III in a Joey Pepitone rug. Steph Feller, Jessica Anderson, Krista Gonzalez, Sean Heller, Christiana Robbins, Thomas Lombard, Tariq or Tariq, Amy Hartsfield, Opie with no last name, Jessica with no last name, Travis Mosier, Tina Ribeiro, Dakota Bracken, Will Roberson, LG, Suzanne Antonelli, Richard McClendon, Amy with no last name, Angel H, Katie Potts, Jonathan Stratton, Zachary Hudson, Nicholas Deckert, Gail Berge, Hades' daughter, Kevin Fouts, Priya Ramnath, I think, Alan Corey, Megan Tuttle, Eden Metz, that's just Tam High. I think it's Tam High. I think it's an Asian name. Tam, last name High. Maybe he. How do they say H-I? Is it high? Or is it like Raising Arizona? Is it Tam H-I?
H-I? I think it might be he.
Hello,
I like high. I like high better.
I think it's high.
Yeah, high. That's how
Jackie
we're saying
Chastain, Ken Todd, Natalie Cacagno? Cacagno. It's Cacano, right?
Cacano.
Cacano? C-O-C-O? No, C-O-C-C. A-G-N-O? That's Italian. Cacano, right?
Or Cacino might be.
Hey, listen. Good for you, Natalie. Thank you so much. Stone Toad, Samantha Barnes, Whooper God, Icky with no last name, Don with no last name,
Woods,
Gloria
obviously.
Haley. What is it? Say again.
Woods, obviously, for Icky.
Right, it's for sure.
Yeah.
It has to be. It might just be Ick. Shill 34, Wendy Middleton, Carrie Cormick, Alicia Canizo, Tom Kowalski, Chris with no last name, Kimberly Pratt, Carter Lee, Veronica Barth, Samantha Smith, Melissa Urbanik, Bobby Goldsmith, Young with no last name, Sterney with no last name, Haley with no last name, Amanda Johnson, Megan with no last name, Seb Casablancas, Madison Gordy, Flower Moon Bagels, Wayne McKinley, Abby Testa, Travis Payne, Rebecca Patterson, Abby Braun, Lori S., Denise Fries, Samson Nelson, Sarah Maloon, Matt Barnes, Kimberly with no last name, Casey James, Petruccio Artatori, Ashley Hancock, Cindy Wolf, Jeannie Hammers. Yes, she does. Kayla Davenroy, Rat Baby, Dana Dahl, Courtney Ward, Susan Brown, Zoe Ford, William Chandler, James Lancaster, Liana with no last name, Rose Brammer, Andrew Hadding, Andrew Hadding from the radio, I don't know, Troy Minor, John Murphy, Michael Nuding, Susan with no last name, Brittany Jones, Jasmine Caldwell, Raphael Mosey, Jesse Koshal, Tanya McPherson, Rick Schmitz, Rebecca, just one, not two. No, it is two. It's not just one.
Not the.
That's what it is.
Plural.
Rebecca Baggett, Badgett, Trey Alder, Thomas with no last name, Michelle Nazarino, Eric Witterholt, Kelly Dund, Heather Mama Miller, JB, Charlie Cocher, Sam with no last name, Estelle with no last name, Zachary Thompson, Kenny with no last name, Margaret McCormick, Trish Ton, J, the letter J, also Jen, Scott Richardson, Adam with no last name, Brittany Cox, Flutie Flakes, Levi Stiles, Zach Chalky, Faisal Isbai, Faisal Isbai. Carrie with no last name. Oh, maybe not. All right. J.L. Pipe.
You had a fucking epiphany there. And
sure did. Ethan M. Schaff. Lisa Milbrot. Michelle Curtin. That's Jed Frederick. Kathleen Jefferson, Martha Mayer, Jason Sabini, Aaron Howard, Kai with no last name, John Weaver, John Erickson, Jill Reaney, Jolene Black, Rock Trotter, Jean Mensinger, Ricky with no last name, Daniel the Manual, and Jenny Pithecus. Nicole Garcia loves us, James, in case you didn't know.
We love you back.
She would like us to know that. Cody Argue, L. Sperry, Lucas Schultz, Lee Rutledge, Ashley with no last name, JB with no last name, Jason Malassi, Desiree Kern, Mike Elliott, Christopher Kilburn, Jackie with no last name, Samantha Binkley, Aaron Hoskins, Frackle Rock, Matthew Golden, Riley Moran, Ryan with no last name, Hope Eggers, Noah with no last name, Dana Bengal's sister, Gavin Long. I mean, we all know Dana.
I like to know. We all got to know.
Got to know who they're
related
is.
to, obviously. No other way.
Gavin Long, Matthew Cutting, and all of our patrons. You're amazing.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Unbelievable.
You wonderful, magnificent bastards. We truly appreciate every goddamn thing that you do for us. Honestly, thank you for it all, and thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for listening to the shows. Check out Small Town Murder and Your Stupid Opinions. If you haven't heard Your Stupid Opinions yet, honestly, give it a shot.
Truly.
It's an hour, and you'll know whether you like it in 5 minutes, and you will. Put it that way.
Yeah.
So that said, thank you so much. You want to follow us on social media, shutupandgivememurder.com is where you find all that information. Come see us. Come to a live show. Come hang out with us, damn it. Yeah. We're lonely. Come see us, please.
Love to see you.
Where have you been all the time? You never come by anymore. You don't stop over.
There's pasta in the fridge.
I made so much for you. Take it home with you at least. Maybe your friends will eat some. I don't know.
I'm tired of throwing it out.
I'm always throwing it out. You don't come by no more. That said, live from the Crime and Sports Studios, we will see you next week.
Bye.
If you like crime and sports, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this white Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. We're going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles,
a big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud,
sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.